Hello, friends. How are you doing? My eyes are still focusing, I'm not gonna lie. They're still focusing because it's like this allergy thing suddenly just happened. But it'll be all right. I'll get used to it. If not, um, we're gonna end early. Yes. Hello. Kimmy D, what's up? Kimmy D, did you find some good Pokemon cards? Yellow. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Candace. How are you doing? Rescue Vintage, Ohio. What's up? Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's see. There's so many good things happening right now. You guys ready? Getting ready to gear up in Q4 for the holidays? Because those shoppers for the holidays are coming up. So next Tuesday, I'm going to talk all about it. Okay. Um, I have a show scheduled at 9:23 a.m. next week. It's my official Whatnot chat show. So it is going to be about how to gear up, make those sales and some really good tips from Whatnot. I got to fix my screen because it's like a glaricity. There we go. A little bit in the dark. You found a couple places to send them and get them graded? I mean, you know what? Do it. I know that for Pokemon, I forget what like PSA is like, the top, but it's not necessarily the one. I think they hold more value. Yeah, it just depends. What's up, Tony? How you doing? Thank you. Thank you, Picker Adam. You are appreciated. Yeah, seller success during the holidays, coffee talk and tech chat. So that's strictly going to be like, I have an agenda for that. And at the end, I'll probably open up for questions or during some of the topics. So I won't be talking about shipping on that day. Maybe at the end. But my plan is to do an hour for that show. That doesn't always happen. Yeah, it doesn't always happen. You're welcome. Okay, let me try one thing right here. I need to make sure the multicasting is working because I do like to make sure I have it over on YouTube. So, since you guys are here and this is a community support chat show, what I would like you to do is I would like you to share your show right now. You have a plan. I always have plans, figure out them, and I forget. Yeah. So, share your show right now. Don't share a link. The links don't work. People do not click on your links. And for safety, Whatnot has made it so you can't actually you know, click on the link. Buyer only. Kathy's a buyer only. There you go. Yeah. What's up, reptile guy? How you doing? Look at all these shows, you guys. So if you choose, you can bookmark the show, see what the person's all about, and then follow them if you like what they're all about. Give them a chance. You never know. You can scroll because some people scroll in the app. You could scroll in and find somebody that you're quick to judge, and you haven't given them like a few minutes just to see what they're selling, what they're about, and then we are quick to judge. So give them a chance and see. I've actually found some really great sellers on the app that way by scrolling through. Yeah, live drawing tomorrow. Oh, Nikki, wait, were you drawing the dog in the Happy Habits challenge? There was a lot of artists. I was trying to remember the puppy. Yeah, I love that. That was so amazing. Yeah, I popped in there and then I saw, and you're like, oh, I only spent like an hour on it. I'm like, what? It was good. It was good, and the finished product was amazing. Yeah, if you guys want to go check out Nikki, wait, Nikki August Coloring, great seller, great artist too. Yeah, you'll be missing out if you don't go to that show for sure. She did not pay me to say this. I really feel pick her at him. Pick her at him. I love the humor. Thank you so much. I know we were on late last night. Today I thought, oh, I'm gonna sleep in. But I didn't. But before I begin, I do want to say thank you to the veterans, right? Thank you so much to our veterans. Some of us have family that are serving, past, present, and in the future that are planning on it. So thank you so much. Um, Hold on, let me go back in the chat. I was looking at something. I just wanted to add that in. Yeah, and if you're a veteran and you're here on Whatnot, thank you so much. How can I like read that and not laugh? Faded Flamingo, I'm so offended at you. I got my card. I love it. And my personal message. It was great. I should have filmed myself opening it. I was cracking up. I was cracking up. Let's see. You watched The Archivist, went to sleep, woke up watching The Archivist. Is this a dream? Yeah, probably got to pinch yourself, right? Got to probably pinch yourself. Leslie, what's going on? Anyway, okay. So should we get into it? So today I wanted to kind of wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about. No, these are not tears, just allergies. Oh, I hate that. I wanted to have a little laugh first. So if you were you in my stream last night? Were you in my stream last night? Were you here last night? I got this is Ween. This is Ween. Yeah, this is Ween. You haven't seen nothing yet. Oh, Ross the vampire. You think you're funny on YouTube? No, no, thank you. Yeah. So there's gonna be. This is for nighttime, not for coffee talk. Just wait for the Instagram. Wait for the reel. Yeah. So it repeats what I say, and it's really funny. I got it from Cindy Golden Girls. Surprise. Oh, Goose is back. Okay. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about. You guys can hear me okay? The hot dog is really cute. It sings a bunch of songs. One of the songs in there is like Cindy Golden Girls singing happy birthday to somebody. I forget who. And then when you talk, it actually repeats. So it's really funny. And then when you laugh, and I was laughing so hard last night that it couldn't even pick up. It went, it was hard, but I didn't make the funniest reel. Actually, Bolt, Hot Mess Home, made the funniest reel that I'm thinking about posting. It's really funny. I couldn't even get the words out. I couldn't even get the words out. Now you want a hot dog real bad. What's up, Mr. Weiss? How you doing? I know. Could you imagine not Stifler's mom with this thing? Could you imagine? All right, so let's talk about it. So this last week, I was in the Happy Habits Challenge by Shop Happy 2019. It was amazing. Met a lot of sellers, and I'll probably talk about this here for the next few days. Met so many new sellers who were doing like the first show. I think there was like 4 or 5 of them that just jumped in on it and, signed up to do this accountability challenge. Hats off to those. I don't know everybody by name, and I don't want to name one and miss out on the others. But if you were one of those folks, put your favorite emoji in the chat right now because, that's pretty amazing. And the sellers were just sticking with it and doing their thing. Yeah. It was brave, right? Because it's so scary to do your first live show on Whatnot. I will say there was 193 193 people participated. New sellers, seasoned sellers, but just a bunch of sellers who participated. I mean, Shop Happy coordinated it. Secondhand Sarcasm was right there by her side. Teamwork. And then there were random other sellers who went in every day and posted like some uplifting, positive message to every single one of those every day, 7 days. It was pretty crazy and pretty amazing. And I was glad to be part of it. The first one I missed out on. I really wanted to do it, but I wasn't just in the place. I honestly wasn't in the place because I had just said no to all the raid trains. It's too much right now. Anyway, so I said yes to this because I'm a person who's all or nothing. So I gave my word and I kept it. And I'm glad I did because I met a ton of really fantastic people. But one of the things I noticed was there were some rules, right? Some basic rules like have at least, I don't know how many items it was in the Buy It Now. 10. I know what I got to do, but a lot of people didn't even have anything in the Buy It Now, like 5 items. Yeah, I think the last day you had to have a $10 giveaway, right? So I did a bunch of little giveaways instead. But the day I had the good giveaway, I forgot to run it. I mean, it kind of happens. The last day where you had to sell it Sunday, you had to sell for 1 hour. I thought it was 20 minutes, but I still did an hour. I did an hour. I did 59 minutes and 26 seconds or something like that. You love the pause. You're welcome. Yeah, there was a lot of people. What's up, Molly? I know. So when I have a chat show here in the morning, I don't have a show at night. What's up, YouTube? Hold on. Let me say hi to YouTube because they're just like asking me 100 questions right now, and I really appreciate that. Some of the questions I'm like, what's up with the weird dolls behind you? Annabelle fan? Absolutely. The weirder the better. I mean, you're here looking at it, right? I got to have something good though. I got to have that good thing there. Okay? All that. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love the YouTube. Everybody's cool. Sometimes people try to get me and type in certain words, but it doesn't work. No, I'm just having like this morning like a little bit of allergies. I think it's just the weather here is hot one day, cool, hot, cool. I don't know. It'll clear up in a little bit. It's kind of cloudy outside, so it does happen like that sometimes. But thank you, YouTube. I appreciate you. Ross, that vampire. Mm, okay. Where am I from? Usually I say my mom. Vintage 0211. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Sassy, what's up? Good morning, everybody. Amy Beth, how are you doing? Okay. So what I noticed during this Happy Habits Challenge is that there were a lot of sellers that didn't have the items in their buy it now. And I think people are forgetting. I think people are really forgetting like the purpose of the buy it now, right? Or how to set it up. So I'm gonna direct you. I was gonna talk all about it, but there was something I was trying to get to share to my screen, and it wouldn't let me do it. It wouldn't let me do it. So I'm gonna try again. I'm not gonna give up. Yeah, I started that challenge sick with like a head cold, and I kind of am still maybe a little bit sick, but I feel pretty good actually. I just feel like the allergies just get a little bit crazy this time of year for me anyhow. Oh, it was the first show? It was the first show? Vintage? I love that. Oh, you had some good help. That's awesome. And Gretchen M8 help. Gretchen's awesome. Yeah, she is. That is so cool. You're very lucky. Yeah. I love it. What were you selling? I mean, by your name, I would assume vintage, but hey, you never know. What exactly were you selling? Music City Girl, what is up? How are you doing? So this is multicasting to YouTube, like I said. And I'm fine, bra. Thank you so much. Okay, so the sellers I noticed struggled a little bit because they didn't have a buy it now, and they were only supposed to have 10 items. So if you guys don't realize the buy it now's working for you, even when you're not live, even when you're not live. So it's really a good idea. I'm going to tell you something. Go check out I have a YouTube channel. It's the same name. I think it's over here today. D_archivist. And I have a ton of videos, tutorials, which I call D-tutorials, and you guys should really check it out. But I have a specific video I want you to watch, and hopefully it helps you. So I broke down like how to list, how to duplicate, how to assign and feature items in a show or just in the marketplace. Like if you notice, I have one product, actually, I'm deleting it. I have all of my items, which is 603 in my buy it now. 603 in my buy it now. And I sell from buy it now all the time, even when I'm not live. Like last night before I went live, I had 4 products sold in the buy it now. Actually, I had an offer this morning, but I think there was a glitch. Let's see if it's in here. I didn't even look. No, it must be in the marketplace. Yeah, sometimes I get offers. So watch that video. It's called Seller Hub Inventory. It's pretty helpful. It's pretty lengthy. It's about 29, 30 minutes. You're from India? Oh, well, nice to meet you. Message you. I got an idea. I got an idea. I'm having tea today. I'm having tea. Maybe that'll help. So, and we could talk about all kinds of subjects, but I really wanted to address that, and I wanted to talk about something else. Were you here for this last night? I think you came. Did you show up for that, Thriftworks? Yeah, it was a good day. Oh my God. website. This is like a shortcut to the Seller Hub. I came up with it. Whatnot didn't advertise it because that's just how I am. But if you type that in on a browser, you could actually go directly to the Seller Hub itself. And it's like a homepage. It's your own personal Whatnot website, basically. And it will show you your orders, your shows, any messages. And then to the right side on the browser, you have to use the browser, not on your phone. I mean, you could use the browser on your phone. Right there, it has videos, tutorials from Whatnot, a whole bunch of them. You should watch them. You should watch them. You should not be allowed to do your first show until you watch all those videos, in my opinion. What's up, sis? That's my sister, My Stuff for Sale. She's actually going to have a show. We're going to actually rate her today. Are you still having your show? Nat. Hello, Nat. How are you doing? Yeah, so that's where I recommend everybody going to. Okay, good. That's where I recommend everybody. Okay, hold on. I'm going to put you as a mod. Okay. You weren't able to co-host, didn't see it listed as an option. Was it on the desktop or on the phone? And do you have Android? Well, Android lets you co-host usually. Desktop has a weird thing. If you're on the computer, it is. It's probably because I have this right here. Is that better? Is that better? All that? No, it's because I didn't charge it last night. Yeah. Your phone is an Android. You should be able to co-host on there. I just don't know. Oh, I didn't charge my Android phone. I don't know exactly where it is. I'm doing good, Nat. Thank you so much. I have some damn allergies today. Yeah, Thrift Works tomorrow night. I'll show you my hot dog. Speaker made no difference. Oh, you mean it's still messed up right now? Oh, you know what? Hold on. No, I have nothing under it. I'm on my phone. Okay. Too much tech. Too much tech. Too much tech. I'm using my phone. Yeah. I was starting with OBS. That's why I have the mic out. And so for some reason, I'm like thinking that I'm connected to that thing. I could connect to it. Yeah. First day. Yeah. The kids, right? I know I was sick last week. Okay. Yeah. So I'm speaking to my phone. The mic is good right here. What made you choose that hair color? It was bright red, like, because I went to a concert and I wanted to be just like my daughter. And she has black and red hair. So it's kind of washing out. And I really like the pink. Someone on YouTube, Ross Vita, asked me why I picked that color. So if you look back a few months ago, I had bright pink. Yeah, bright pink. Just for fun. Why not, right? You literally live. Why do you want to be so boring? I want to have fun. On YouTube. Okay. So I want to talk to you guys about new product spotlights that are happening on Whatnot. Have you guys sold some items and shipped? Did you notice there's a new option? You can't mark your packages sold shipped anymore. You have to scan them. I love it. I love it. Because you just keep scanning each one and it actually automatically assigns it to the buyer. It's super easy. Like, I think you overthink it sometimes. You know why? When I first did it, I hated it. And then when I went to do it in the app, I just have the box. I take a picture of the box and it scans the barcode. I move it aside. I go to the next one. And yeah, no feet pics because of the way I have my setup, but free feet pics, Whatnot, you're welcome. Nat, Envy and Nat with a raid, with a me, myself, and I raid. You're getting the answer to that 6-7 crap. Yeah. You think so? I had 30 packages and it took me all of 5 minutes to do it. Yeah, it took me all of 5 minutes. I still go to the post office and I take it to the counter and get a receipt. No issue. But I was talking to the post office yesterday. But I think what it's going to do is there's a lot of people that use the scan sheet, okay? And they scan all, they go take it to the post office and they say they have 200, right? It added over an hour for you. Mine scan it on the counter for me, yeah, every time. I feel like for me, and I'm really techie, maybe that's why it's easy. I think it saves me time. I tried to do it on desktop and then it had a QR code and I was like, what? No. So in the app, there's a feature that at the top of your seller hub, it says like tasks. You have 6 orders or 20 or 30. But like, I think I had like 40 boxes. I had 42 boxes. So I was like, I can't get the PWE to scan. What am I doing wrong? So I cleared off my shipping table and I had paper there. So there was nothing grabbing it. So I put it down and I scanned the first one and then it said, pick the next one. And it says something like it. So basically, yes, I am in USA. When I went to the next item, I didn't have to worry about the buyer getting the wrong label because it sorts it. It picks it. So if Nat placed an order and my stuff for sale placed an order and I took a picture of my stuff first, yeah, it was quick, right, Van Wert? Totally. It took me 5 minutes probably 5 minutes or so for that. I would say 5 minutes or less. The first time it took me a long time. I could not figure it out. But if I grab one box, stacked it up I have like these IKEA bags. So I put everything in there after I scan it. It's actually way easier. So so it's once you do all your regular stuff, like you enter the item, you put the proper weight. When it sells, you go in and you edit your shipping label and your weight if you need to, right? You generate the label and do all that stuff after. And then once you generate and package it up and everything, the scanning takes place after that. So it doesn't interfere with like your previous process, Linda. It's just something after. Instead of marking all packages scanned, or like you go to the post office and get a scan, you don't have to. What it does is it keeps your shipping times like tight. Off. Now you just have to scan the barcode on the package. It's really easy. What's the disconnect? I don't know. You've only done one of them, right? Like that? Like as far as one set of orders? Yeah, I definitely don't talk about politics on my channel. You know it. The world is already BS, so I'm not going to talk about that here. And you don't want to hear my opinion. Um, we just all need to be better. What is this disconnect? You've only done it the one. So the next time you do it, Tony, have your boxes all there. Don't try to do it, pack, and then scan it. Don't do that. It's going to take you way longer. Get the process. Like you do all your packing, however you do it, right? So when you're done and you have all those boxes there, just start scanning them if they're laid out or whatever. If you have 30, 40, just start scanning one at a time and you'll see it'll go really quick and you'll be like, oh my gosh, this is pretty easy actually. And so it'll clip it in. And not everybody has this feature actually. Not everybody on Whatnot has this feature. It's being rolled out to select sellers and it's going to hit everybody at the end of the month, according to the blog.whatnot. Yeah, blog.team whatnot. You don't scan, you're probably going to need to now because it'll fix your ship time. It'll keep your ship time accurate. So if you want to read the blog, it's right here. Okay. Let me fix it. Okay, right there. If you go to that website, there's a bunch of information. Actually, there's like press releases where they put out and they put information out. Yeah, that was for YouTube. That was for, oh, did you? Hold on a minute. What not? Give you back your $10? I don't understand. Was there $10 if you tip me? Thank you. Oh, these guys are funny. Okay. How soon before a USPS pickup do you scan? I never go to post office. As soon as I'm done doing my show, I'm scanning right then and there because I'm on my way to the post office. Sometimes I've scanned on the counter. Hey, Corporate Goth, how you doing? Yeah. So the post office, I'm still learning it, like, but it's kind of a new, the reason they did it, whether they spent $1 or they spent $5,000 in your show, right? You want to show them that you care about their item, that you're doing the job to get it shipped out to them as fast as possible. Period. Yeah. You don't like it? So, Corporate Goth, I have a question for you. How many times have you done it? Does it seem like it's more work? Because I mean, don't DM her either. Yeah, so whether someone buys you something small or big, for me, so far I like it. Maybe when I have 100 boxes to ship, maybe I won't. It's more work. So it doesn't communicate to the post office, of course. I know that. It's just internally for Whatnot to protect ship time and build buyer trust. Yeah. Oh, let me double check something then. I know, no, I know why. My bad. Okay. This should fix, that should fix it. Yeah, sometimes it does that. I'm wireless here. Mojo, why, Joni? Yeah. Okay, is that better on YouTube? Yeah, so we're chatting on whatnot.com and I'm multicasting this stream to YouTube. So you don't actually get to see the Whatnot chat. So I'm kind of talking to both of you guys. Usually I don't even talk to YouTube on the Tuesday chat, but I appreciate you guys being there. You've scanned at the post office with tracking, showing scan, and Whatnot did not update or let. You know how that works. Sometimes it's just the system's not speaking to each other and it's a real pain in the ass. It is because it does affect your ship time. But like this is strictly for Whatnot. This doesn't tell the post office you shipped it. You still got to go to the post office and get a scan. I'd say 99% of the time, my post office will scan for me and give me a receipt. Because my ship time got affected because I had a box get lost, and in the box was 27 orders. And so I made the mistake when I first shipped it out because I had so much going on is how do I explain it? So I had a box that was ground advantage, right? Yeah, 27. So I got dinged and I went from 100% to 93%. And so I packaged it up and before I packaged it though, I had separated because it was like too many items, they wouldn't fit. So here, and I always ship same day, next day. So I did that. But what I did is I unbundled a ground advantage package. And I thought because I unbundled it to be a priority mail under 5 pounds, that it would stay priority mail label, right? It didn't. It stayed ground advantage, which is really weird because 1 to 5 pounds, we cannot ship ground advantage on Whatnot. So it like I don't know why it did that. So I assumed it was priority. Put it in the priority box, put the ground label on it, didn't even think about it, shipped it. About 4 days later, it came back, and I was like, why is this back? I even sent Living Bliss a picture, and I covered up their name and stuff, and I go, tell me what I did wrong here. And she goes, I don't see nothing. I said, oh, and the box weighed like 4 pounds, actually. But the label said 5 because of the way it was the amount allocated, right? So I'm like, I'll send it back. My carrier missed it too. I asked my carrier, is there anything wrong with it? She's like, no. I said it's 4 pounds. So it went off in the post office and it came back again and I repackaged it. But the mistake I made, and I should know this, I was sick. I didn't even think about it. I don't know if I was sick at that time. Actually, I take that back. I repackaged it in like a 10 by 8 by or a 12 by 10 by 8. That's what I repackaged it in a brown box, ground label. Because it happened. I went, oh no. Oh, it's glitching. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. So, anyways, I shipped it out. Now the part that sucks is the very first part of it where I shipped it out. It shows all the tracking history that it came back to me. Oh, thank you for the jewels. I appreciate you. It came back to me. So what that shows is I shipped it out and it got rerouted back. because they say, oh, we don't scan it if it's got the wrong label. We just send it back. So my post office sat on for 3 days and scanned it the third day. But that's my fault because that day I went into the post office and I put everything on the counter because the guy was standing right in front of me. Nurse Sarah, what's up? Hey, Sam Dog. So so mind you, this is like 10 days. So it's gone. I don't know where it's at. I haven't gotten the updated report. So my friend, if you're watching, I already have set aside like I had duplicate of I think everything but one item. So I have it set aside to replace it. But if that ever happens to you guys, don't reuse the same label. I don't know why I just did. I have before and it's never been an issue, but I think they only kick it back twice. And then after they kick it back twice, there's no way to track it. So it may end up back there. I have to go back and get it what they call an advanced scan or an internal scan and get them to double search for it. It does suck because it's like, I know I reboxed it. I repackaged it in a brown box. So anyways, so I have a new brown box here with all the goodies in it. I have to send it. But what I have to do is I have to message Whatnot because I have been communicating with Whatnot and I've been communicating with the buyer since the get-go. And so anyway, always if you have that happen, reach out to Whatnot. It might take a couple days and tell them, listen, and tell them the situation and ask them for a new label. Okay. It's not USPS's fault. It's all of our faults if we do this kind of thing. You can't blame USPS. Also, the packaging, when the packet, I listened to a seller on here who is a carrier and said some words. I need it as a sound clip. I'm going to use it as a sound clip. Do I have your permission? You can red chat that. I think I do. The person basically said, you guys stop blaming USPS. It's your fault. You don't know how to pack a package. Yeah. I know. I don't know. I don't know why it is. Everything's set up over here, but I don't know. It's through my phone, so I'm not using OBS today. Yeah. But it's the truth. It's the truth. I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, and sure there are exceptions." Okay. There you go. Corporate goth, and she's accurate. She's accurate. Everybody likes to blame the post office, but like half the people that put the stuff in a box that don't package right, they don't leave their 2 inches around the product. Oops, sorry, the whole side just got punched in, or it didn't. I'm sorry about your Blanco vase. I forgot to double box it. I just threw it in there with some paper. Guys, do better. Do better. But I've always like overpacked like crazy. Sorry, my friend. It is the truth. It's we don't want to hear it sometimes, but it's all about packaging. So I made the mistake. I'm gonna own up to it. I'm human, but also I should never ever do the label again. I don't know why. I have before and it's never been. I wish. I know, Griff, me too. What's up? But sometimes it's like we pack a certain way and we think it's going to get there and we put like, 5 pounds of glass in and we use paper and no bubble wrap in it or no extra support with like double wall boxes to make sure it's heavy duty and it's going to be protected in transaction. And then maybe we forget to put on there some stickers that let people know to let it acclimate to their room temperature, things like that. Those all do play into it. But anyway, going back, I made a mistake. So now I got to get a new label from Whatnot. But 27 items dropped my ship time, not my ship time, my account health down. I think that's the first time it ever was down, but that's probably like 15 items out of, I don't know, 15,000 items. It's okay. Thankfully, the buyer's been really cool about it, but still, I was wrong as the seller. Yeah. You've gotten poly bags that have rips in the plastic. Yeah. You ship 3 Blanco minis in a large party mail box. The post office crushed it. Not one of them broke because I pack you do pack really good, Nat. Yeah. Look at the back of our trucks. There's no way to secure your box. So boxes slide and slam. There you go, right there, you guys. Yeah. I have the clip. I'm totally gonna make it. I need a soundboard. Yeah. I know, can you believe it? But I just wanted you guys to know about that. If you happen to use a shipping label for somebody and it comes back to you, don't resend it out. Ask Whatnot for a new. I think you could send it out one time, but it's better to, if you get it and it's a priority box, because it happens. I've had people send it to me and I've gotten it because the post office has told me, and I've had long conversations with them, And it depends who you talk to, right? But they've said you can actually, we'll kick it back 2 times after that. It's in the abyss. Yeah, there's no guarantees on it. And so understand you got to take the extra step to make sure your buyers are getting scans, because right now with the holidays, and I think Whatnot implemented the scan feature at the right time. The first couple of times you do it, pain in the butt. But don't think you got to do it after each package you scan. After each package you wrap. You go to the post office. If you don't go to the post office before your carrier comes, scan it, let them take it. Sometimes they scan it, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they scan the scan sheet. It just pushes it all together. I was talking to my post office yesterday. He was like, I don't know, I think he's like the manager. And I was talking to him about the kiosk. And I said, is it true that if people scan at the kiosk and get a receipt and then leave it, if it's covered? And he says, sometimes yes. But he said, it's better to have us do the scan for you and it counts. I'm like, what? Okay. So I always still am going to say, do it at your own risk. Hello. Hey, Fort Angel. How you doing? Spirit Junkie, what's up? You think my dolls are the devil? They are. They are Roblox Player 2012. Shh. I never do the kiosk. I don't like the kiosk. I've already measured my box. I've already input my dimensions. I've already put my weight in. Why would I want to do it again? No, thank you. Yeah. So my post office guy, I was like, I think he gave me a little bit on wrong info. So depends who you talk to. He is distracting you. He should. I thought it was just Living Bliss's thighs. Yeah. So lesson learned. So that teaches me to do better and pay more attention. And also don't take on more than I can handle. I don't know how the hell I missed that. And my carrier missed it. Live in Bliss and I both missed it. And we were laughing. Because here's the thing, I was so focused on the detail, the box size and the weight, that I overlooked that the label literally said priority mail, ground advantage, priority mail box, ground advantage label. Is wild. Yeah. Hey, Peacock, how are you doing? So, again, if you do that mistake, big whoop, communicate right away with your buyer. If you have enough time that it comes back, repack, ask Whatnot for a new label so you don't get dinged. And or take, you could probably do that. Sometimes it does, but not every post office will scan it. They will kick it back without scanning it. And that's what happened. That's why I got the ship time. But I'm actually disputing it because it's 27 items. But now that the item is lost, I got to reach out to my buyer today. So I know she watches. So I'm going to get that report probably today. Each office depends on how they interpret the rules. I know. The one I work at, the manager said, don't ever just drop off your stuff. Yep. And you know what? I would say 99% of the time I get them to scan it. I don't get a receipt, but I like take it to the counter and the guy scans it right there for me. But now I'm getting receipts just in case there's an issue. So I have to find a place to put more paper. Yeah. I only use pre-scan feature. Oh, for your packages. So far I like Whatnot's scanning, but it's like, don't think you got to pack one box and then scan it. Because like I said, it's going to take forever. So make sure you pack everything and process and change your box size and change your weight. Then when you're finished printing and packing and all that, there's a pile of boxes, then use that scanner. Okay? Don't try to do it in between. It will take you forever. It'll add way too much time. You do now. Yeah, you have to. Like it's just like, the double stamp on it. Hey, upcycled Shed, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. We're having a chat about Whatnot. Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. Take the time right now to share your show. Let everybody know what you sell in that shed. And I appreciate the raid so much. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, new friends. And if I miss any questions you guys had, feel free to drop them in now. Like that's pretty much today what I wanted to talk about. That I had on my list. Let me look. Oh, there's some other things. Yeah. Oh, there is a couple other things actually. You went to post office twice yesterday because of Veterans Day. They laughed at me. I thought you did. You brought them some veggies and cookies. They probably loved it. I know. My post office, I went twice yesterday. I actually had, I need to reach out to Whatnot, but I had an item sell that sold like a month ago that I deleted. So I'm sure there's some weird glitch with my cart. So I have to go through, today I'm going to go through every single item and make sure the items are not duplicating again. This happened a while back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Moral of the story, everybody makes a mistake. I'm going to hold myself accountable and be like, and my buyer knew already from the get go. Yeah. And what's crazy is I shipped it like that same, no, I didn't ship it the same day because it was Coffee Talk. So then I shipped it the second day. Yep. Yeah. So give yourself a little grace. You make mistakes, but make it right. Make it right by the buyer. So my buyer has been waiting a while for it. But I have that box ready. So I got to just message Whatnot and ask for a new label and just send it. And then if the other box gets there, they get double. If it doesn't, it's going to end up at some auction house somewhere. Yep. Um, yeah, the post office is closed today. It's also closed on the 27th for Thanksgiving, for Veterans Day, and then December 25th. Those are the 3 days it's closed this year. And obviously January 1st. All of those days it will be closed. I don't know what day of the week they're on, but Thanksgiving, Veterans Day, Christmas, I don't know what day of the week it is, but it doesn't matter. It's closed on that day. All right, we talked about the scanning. Now, apparently, they also have a new personalized home feed that helps buyers find you. So they've got the For You, the Following, which is the For You page, right? And then they've set it up. They refreshed the way it looked. You know how it has the icons on the top up here when you first come into the app. I really might still show up. Yeah, because I know sometimes it's gotten lost. I've gotten stuff from like August of 24, and I got that like 6 months later. Yeah. No, mine was a sold item. Mine was sold, and it was deleted. So it's real weird. Can you block someone before their package is delivered asking for a friend? You can, but they could still, I think they still could give you a review because it's in their purchase activity. Yeah, I think they could still give you a review. So if it's going to be a bad review, they could still leave it. You just won't be able to see it on your page, I don't think. That's a good question, GR. Let me see. I'll find out more. I don't know enough about that one, but I think that when you block someone, obviously you can't unblock. That's it. I know sometimes on desktop you're able to see things a little bit different. You're able to see a little bit, like I've had to block somebody who disturbed my peace, and I went to desktop and they weren't blocked on desktop. It was weird, so I blocked them. Now I don't see them, so that's good. Oh, that's good. Who's your daddy? After so many times telling my postal folks I need to see them scanned, now I can just drop them off and know it's a priority of mine. Yeah, they do it. Mine's really great. They always have a guy there. They've made a couple of mistakes. Like they scanned my package one time and I shipped it out same day, and then it went to the person, but somehow my post office scanned it, delivered to a PO box. I don't even have a PO box at that post office. And so it was drama with the buyer, and I went back to the post office and I got an internal tracking report like the next day, because my person who's there was doing them all the time for me. And when something got lost, and so I gave it to Whatnot, and the buyer had gotten a refund and was like, they weren't terrible to me or nothing, but I still got a good review. They got a free product and free money back. Yeah. Oh, okay. You can see it. Yeah, but if they turn around and block you back, you can't. Yeah, and someone else's show. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, I mean, if someone's getting your package, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care. If someone disturbs my peace and they want to keep trying to disturb my peace, I just call the FBI. I don't care. I don't play around. Okay, let's talk about this. So we'll move on from shipping. So just double check your packages, pack them all up, do the right thing, change the box size if needed, change the weight if needed. Okay. Don't ever ship out something that's heavier than what the label says, because chances are you will lose that buyer, and Whatnot will probably lose that buyer because they're not coming back to you. They are not. If they get a package in the mail, and I did just have this conversation with my post office. This guy Justin, he's real funny at the post office. I said, "Hey, dude," because he always says "dude," and it's like really funny to me. So I told him, "Dude, what happens to these packages that you get?" And you know damn well when you look at it, it's like 25 pounds, but then you see the label and it says 5 pounds, but then the box is like ginormous. And he's like, "Oh, we kicked that back. We're not sending it." Because what happens is they're supposed to bill back, like, for example, Whatnot. And he goes, "Dude, they don't even bill back." Like the 3 pound box I just got that said 5 ounces. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no. People, dude, I know. And that's what Justin and I were talking about. I said, "Dude," and I told him about Whatnot. And he's like, "Yeah, I've seen a lot of people come in here, dude." And if you've seen him, like, you'd be tripping out that he says dude so much. He's like a little surfer dude. And he's like 60. He's so cool. I love the guy. Because I like these conversations, you know. And he says it drives us crazy. So when we get someone like that, we can't, the person who's receiving this, who's the buyer, probably in most cases they're eBay and different sites. And he said, "Dude, this is ridiculous. We kick it back every time. We do not like these people because they try to scam the post office all the time." And I asked him, "Well, what about these machines now that come out?" He goes, "I don't know anything about it. We're not getting that one this year. I think in 2 years they get it because of the way the budget, I guess, works." Yeah, dude. Professionally, dude ain't the word, but it was fine. I'm not like offended by it. It's really funny though. Yeah. So he said when it goes to the buyer, and this is just again, everybody interprets the rules totally different, dude. So when he says when we have to put on there that you owe like $175 for this box, sometimes, almost always, the buyer has to pay for it. It doesn't get kicked back. They have to pay for it, right? But he said if they reject it, like return to sender kind of thing, it goes back, and if it gets lost, like they Whatnot could charge us. Yeah, but he said it's wild how many people just cheat it because they get millions and millions and millions of packages. You're wondering what the weight tolerance? I know you're talking a large. Well, our scales aren't calibrated, but they're pretty accurate as long as they're flat on a level surface. And mine are pretty accurate. I haven't had like any issues, but I've decided to select what I sell on Whatnot. So I'm not going to sell you like a car tire and try to package that up because it's probably going to be like 20 pounds with the rim, right, or more. Um, so that's why Whatnot too. Like that's why Whatnot, in my opinion, all of this is my opinion and my experience, but Whatnot, I think the reason why, two reasons, is they tell us, "Oh, you have one better." I'm opening a box I got yesterday. It says medium flat rate, and it's in a medium. No. Oh my gosh. 22 by 13 by 15. That's like over the 2 foot cubic by a lot. Yeah. So what was the amount due or nothing? A gearbox. Yeah. If I'm going to sell an item like that, it's going to go in the marketplace and it's going to have a custom ship profile. I'm not going to mess around with that. I would never want to do that to anybody. Dolls can move. You're right on YouTube. They left it. Yeah. So some packages make it through, right? They make it through. It's just the way it is. Post office has millions of packages. But eventually, like they will have the machines that grab that and it will go back to you. Or what's supposed to happen is it's supposed to bill back Whatnot. And when it bills back Whatnot, it's going to come right out of your bank account because Whatnot has that in the terms that they can do that. Yeah, you're welcome. No, they don't cut their losses. Whatnot pays for that. It comes back. Oh, you mean the ones that slip? Well, they don't know about them. They can't catch them all. They're not Pokemon. They're not Pokemon. They can't catch them all. Yeah. It sucks that people have to be so shitty and do that. How about getting the accurate weight? But one of the things I was going to say is if you're selling something that weighs 3.5 ounces by itself, it's got to go in a box. It's got to go in a poly mailer. Those weigh an ounce or two if you put packaging. If it's, oh gosh. Yeah. And if it's packed with padded flat rate envelopes, I will never shop with you. I will keep my money. Yeah. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. It's actually federal. I believe that some post offices, and people have said this, and you can verify it or not, that if the post office opens it up, but it's pretty unlikely they open it up, they could actually charge you for that each bubble mailer that's priority mail flat rate. Yep, it's a federal offense. I think the fine is like $10,000 and jail. Yep, and also I believe there was someone, maybe not on here. Sue, hello. And they got banned from using the post office mailing services. I don't know how they do that, but I've heard that before actually. Yeah, 8 ounces. I got 27. Wait, no, I got 37 or 27 in a box once for a plushie. You could have put the plushie. I mean, honestly, a plushie could have went in a double poly mailer. It wasn't even like a, high dollar plushie. It was like a Pez. But if they would have packaged it really good in like a double poly mailer, it would have been fine. It's soft. It could handle it. But like they just added 11 ounces onto my item. And I think it was like a custom ship profile. I think it was a custom ship profile, but it was like 773. But it's funny because it was like 6 pound box. Yeah. And that was last year. Yeah. I make it known. Don't do that. Don't do that. Quit being cheap. Recycle, get some stuff that you can, or buy your own damn packaging materials. I mean, it's not that expensive. And I don't know what to do with. So you have some extras you don't know what to do with. Take them back to the post office. Let somebody else use them. Because during the holidays, it's getting harder to find some of that stuff. Well, I have poly bags that are super. The poly bag mailers. They're super thick. That's why I doubled them up. Yep. I double them up. So I put one in and then the top, I flap it down and then I reverse it. So the opening is in the bottom of it. And then I just do that. Is it okay if they're in good condition? Why not? Yeah. I would never use like a clear bag and mail stuff. Cause then, what, we're not Amazon. They do that all the time. It looks like shit. Yep. And sometimes things get dirty if you don't double them. Sometimes the bags rip. If you have some that are too flimsy, they're probably too cheap for shipping. They're going to rip. Yeah, they're gonna rip. If you're buying them from Temu, do not buy them from Temu. They're junk. Yeah, they rip. I used to put giant. I would buy them from like Amazon. I would get these giant during when it was raining all the time. I would get giant poly mailers and I would put them over the priority mail packaging. So it was kind of like a bag over it. Yeah. So nobody should be mailing anything that is fragile in a poly mailer or a bubble mailer. Do not do that. Put it in a box, buy the box, recycle the box. I don't really care. Um, so USPS gives you free boxes for anything over a pound for priority mail. Okay. So you get those for free. There's tons of sources. I have a list on my website, darchivist.com. There's tons of like information there. You could go to like, try to find a local box manufacturer in your area. Maybe you don't want to buy 100 boxes at a time, but maybe they have some misprints. Maybe they have some boxes that are irregulars. I used to get all my boxes from a local print house right here, and I haven't gotten any in a while. But I bought like 1,000, and they were 10 cents each. 10 cents. Yes, all day long I would buy those. Actually, he contacted me not that long ago, and he asked me, Michelle, what's up? He asked me if I wanted to buy 2 pallets full of these boxes, but they weren't. They were the 4x4x4. I hate that box. That box always, it's so cheap because I don't know. I just don't like that box for shipping. If you're shipping like a pair of socks in it, okay. But those boxes are a problem because, and I use them for a real long time on here for small stuff. But they're a problem because when they're going to get scanned on the belt or however they scan through each place, they tip over, so you can't scan them. Yeah, I have some resources on my website. Yeah, Dollar Tree and Walmart. Ask your friends, ask your neighbors. I'm sure a lot of people buy stuff on Amazon. Use those boxes. If they're small enough, stick them in a poly mailer. Cover up all the writing that says like Amazon and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there's tons of resources out there. You just got to look for them. I think there's like Paper Mart. There was somebody that was going to sell that stuff on Whatnot. Like some people just want to buy boxes. They don't have time to go, try to get some. I used to always recycle. Now, like my husband will bring boxes home for me from his work. I like the flatter. Yeah. I just think they work for what I sell. You work for the USPS and you scan the mail? What's up, Chicken Foot Windex? How you doing? You like the 4x4 for double boxing small glass items? Yeah, when you put them in a big box, I think they're great. Yeah. Oh, use catalogs and coupon mail flyers. I know. I order so much on Whatnot. I don't need any other boxes. So, yeah, I use the wrapping paper. There's this local printer. I can't get as big rolls. They're way, hold on. The rolls that he has, they're humongous for press. I don't want them. They're too heavy. They're like 48 inches by, I think they're like 1,000 feet. They're giant. They're giant. They're like my bubble wrap that I have. It's 48 inches and it's 375. It's huge. I had to bring my truck. Yeah. What's up, Miss V? Welcome to the light side. You act like this is my first day. Hello. I know it's so bright right now. All right, hold on. I want to see what time it is. Okay, we're good on time. Yeah. It is. Every day is my first day. See, she knows. She knows what's up. Yeah, so I don't know. You figure out what works for you. Also, like, if you're shipping out, how to set up media mail. What do you mean? Like how to do it on Whatnot? So media mail only works if you're selling books, and other items that are allowed to be shipped by USPS, which you know what those items are. You have to schedule a book show for that or put it in the book category. I think it works best when you're strictly only having those media mail items in the book category. Who does anybody in here sell just books and use media mail? I have had DVDs in my Buy It Now while I'm live, and a couple of my buyers went in and bought the DVDs, and it made their label media mail, but it separated them. And it was cheaper for me to bundle them together and put them in as priority mail flat rate. And so that's what I did. Oh, thank you, Spirit Junkie. I don't know about that. I'm just a person. And I appreciate those nice words. Okay, I do my listings. Yeah, so I always automatically. It's not like you could set up media mail and choose it for your show. Yeah, so just when you list them, put them in the appropriate category. So if you're selling books, don't put it in estate sales. It won't work. It's the system. The system recognizes the item, right? So if you're selling like books, put it in book category. Okay? Put it in the book category. But you could still have a show in like estate sales because you can find a book at estate sales. If you're auctioning it off, it might. See, here's the thing. Why I don't think it only works in Buy Now, unless you're specifically having a show in that category, media. Yeah. But here's the problem: is if you're doing a show and you're running these things, sometimes people would do these book shows. So if you did a book show only, don't run like, a picture frame and try to pass it off as, you already know this, but because it will mess up the shipping. So if you're doing a book show, everything should be just books only. But if you list the books in your Buy It Now and you put them in the category like DVDs, books, then it's going to be automatic media mail. Yeah, I think because so many people would choose media mail and they would ship things like this. Okay, but it's against the rules. You can't, with USPS rules, you can't ship that media mail. It's kind of educational, but it doesn't fit. And people would do glass vases, not a wiener. That's right. People would put like glass vases and different things and misuse priority mail, media mail. They would misuse media mail, and then we can't have nice things when that happens. We can't have nice things. Just like the same folks that love to package Okay. Band-aids in PWE. Please stop doing that. Stop using that for your giveaways. Stop putting your facial mask in a giveaway for PWE. It is not allowed. Yeah, Dancing Wiener got red chatted. Magazines and you know what? This is one of my like real healthy areas because I want to encourage you to know what to look. So if you go to help.whatnot.com and search the word prohibited, find out if you could do it. You can't, yeah, Sam Dog, you can't use PWE for anything other than paper. Paper would be photographs. Even if you put 3 ounces, that will be the top for PWE. You can't put a Band-Aid. A box of Band-Aids is what I'm showing, not a Band-Aid. A box. Band-Aid could be treated like a sticker. One of them, yes. But technically, if it's thicker than 1/4 of an inch, it can't be rigid. So to be technical, because this is me, if I took this Target gift card and I sent it PWE, it's pretty rigid, right? Not supposed to use it for that. People do it all the time. People also aren't supposed to take and put, wait, yeah, people aren't supposed to take these top loaders, okay, and use them for PWE because they're rigid, right? Single cards can go as PWE because it's meant for paper, right? No top loader, but people do it all the time. I use I actually just ordered them, semi-rigid envelopes, and I don't need a thing. And my post office said, yeah, those are fine. You could do that. Just don't use PWE in a bubble mailer or a poly mailer. You can't use plastic, and you definitely can't use a bubble mailer. Makes it a package. Yeah, I talk about this a lot. If you want to know how to set that up, PWE, go to my YouTube channel and watch the PWE video. Yeah, but cards is paper, so it can. And you could probably fit, depending on the thickness of the card, but you cannot go over 1/4. The brown envelopes, where y'all get them? Where did I buy? Oh, you know where I bought? You know what envelope I like? It's kind of expensive, but if you use a coupon, it was like $3 for 50 of them. I just bought these. I just bought these at Michael's. There's a little invite envelope. They fit the card perfect. And they are under 1/4 of an inch. They're the right size too, because they're over 3.5 and they're under 11 inches. They're perfect for the card because, well, here's the other thing about PWE. So here's the envelope. I can fit a card right in there. Okay. And if I take the, so you can't, this is my post office. So technically you're not supposed to use a greeting card for PWE. Okay. I showed them like a bunch of envelopes. And again, it depends who you talk to at your post office. But I've seen a lot of people use them for it. It's the square envelopes. Don't use those because there's an extra fee for that. But I've used like little note cards in this size envelope, and they've worked perfect. They don't damage it. Or I use like cereal box and I cut around. Yeah, Lone Star, I'm surprised with that too. Yeah, so I wouldn't stress about it because it could get caught. It could never get there. There's no tracking on PWE. It's just not a tracking thing. Sometimes they look like they've been tracked. I've had a couple. I got 2 cards from Philly Flipper, and it showed it was delivered on the day. I hadn't seen that. I was like, he maybe had a tracking number. I don't know. I don't think so. I think he just shipped it. But it got through just fine. It was in 2. His card was in 2 top loaders, but he used a different top loader. It wasn't like real rigid. It was good. But I just bought some of those and I bought the envelopes. And the envelopes I got, they're not plastic, but they're kind of water resistant. But I've gotten several with poly mailers, and I've gotten a couple that were soaking wet. And had they not used a penny sleeve, they would have been damaged. But the card is pretty coated. Thriftworks really did a great job with the cards. So it has a UV varnish on front and back. Front is like high gloss. So I mean, I probably could put it in a cup of water, it'd be fine. Okay, there you go. Who's your daddy selling adult coloring books that are big and heavy like a phone book? Shipping would be 12, and then the platform auto classified as media for 5. Can you ship that on media? Edward, what's up? I didn't know that you could do that. Technically, you're not supposed to use a top loader for that. But I found this new top loader. It's not super rigid. It's under. Yeah. So not allowed to use top loader in first class. Technically, you're not supposed to, but people are using it. It slips through. Sometimes it doesn't. The top loader is not going to 100% protect your card. Okay, not 100%. There's no guarantee on it. But I mean, I've shipped cards where they were fine like this. I do like when I've been having an issue with my post office because I think they're misunderstanding what I'm trying to get. So I have these non-machinable stamps, right? And I want it to be non-machinable because I don't want totally different. You can't put graded cards in PWE. They're too thick. The slab is too thick. It's well over 1/4 of an inch. Oh, thank you, Dazzle Depot. I'm glad you did. And everything was good with the card? Yeah, because I think your card was shipped PWE. Yeah, so here's how it works. If you have a card and I run one of my cards, right? And my card goes over $20. It goes over $20. So then it will automatically upgrade to Ground Advantage. There I can put it in a box. I could put it in a bubble mailer, but I can put it in a top loader. I could put cardboard on it. What do I ship my cards? Oh, you just got yours for ThriftWorks? Just what I showed. I use this envelope, and then I use the packing list. I always write packing lists. And then I fold it, and sometimes I have this chipboard. Oh, actually, I just found these labels, actually. I just found these envelopes. I was gonna try these envelopes. So these envelopes, you can get them at the Dollar Tree. Okay. Just to see. I wanted to try them out because I'm gonna order bulk if I like them. And so I can fit a shipping label on these. And they're gonna fit a card in there. Okay, so I'll put Leslie's card. Yeah, they actually fit a top loader in there. The problem is, yeah, I think they're good. The problem is if I fold it down, because I don't want it to, I need to have something in here, or otherwise if the card slides out, it's gonna get bent. So you could, on your top loader, if you do a top loader or not, you could either cut out like a cereal box. Yeah, thank you, Spirit Junkie. ThriftWorks for cards. I was gonna take him. But I like to do this so my card doesn't slide out. Okay? I like to do this if I use a top loader. And then I put it in face down. Okay? But I liked this envelope better because it just fits in there. It fits in the, yeah, you see that card right there? Look at that. You guys should go to Leslie. She has like 5 different cards. They all tell a story. Yeah, so the painter's tape will just peel off. It won't cause any damage at all. Yep. So use that. That painter's tape is a couple of bucks. Yep. Don't use Scotch tape because Scotch tape will like break on there and they will never get it off. Oh yeah, we are like Pokemon anyway, Miss V. Yeah, we are. Yeah, so you got to learn. I think I'm gonna make. Some people ask me all the time how I pack these. So I've done a lot of demos on them. So make sure. What are you talking about? No, I appreciate you. Okay, so I've done this. That's an extra step to protect the card. It doesn't make, there's ThriftWorks. You guys want to get your own card? Do it. I have a ton. I collect them. Okay, I almost finished the whole first series. Yeah, I've got a couple of Whatnot employees that make me want to meet them. Like Kenny. I got to go meet Kenny. Yeah, that's how you get his card. Oh, I got upcycled by Bree. I like her card. I need a binder, huh? You met Kenny. I know. I'm jealous. I want to meet Kenny. I love Kenny. I love me some Kenny. Okay, let's see. You guys ever go to his shows? He sells, I think he doesn't have a show for a while. GR, you got a card? Anyway, you can get a card from our friend Thriftworks. My cards are in the Buy It Now. They should be in there. If you want to get my card, I think I'm just going to leave them in the Buy It Now. I think I'm missing like, oh, whoa. I got an error card. Did you know that? Oh, you met him last year? So the way to get Kenny's card, because Kenny has a card for Silver Drip, you have to meet him. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow on Whatnot Sellers, you guys, is Michelle Steele. Michelle, I'm going to be recording you. It's going to be on my YouTube. I'm all set up for it. It's going to be multicasted. The replay will be here. Yep, I got Michelle's permission, so I didn't ask Kenny, but I don't think he minds. Maybe I should ask him. Yes, all you guys like Kenny, you can watch that too. Yes, everybody go support tomorrow. Whatnot Sellers. It's at 11 a.m. And our friend Michelle's Deals will be the guest. She will be interviewed by Whatnot. I did. I released yours too. I mean, you know, if he had a problem, he would tell me. I don't think he does. He's happy. He loves it. He knows it's for us anyhow, for all of us. Yeah. So then you could, Pacific time. So it's 11 a.m. Pacific time, but if you go to Whatnot Sellers and you bookmark the show, you should be able to get, Nat, you should sneak in the call. Well, you can watch my replay. You can watch a replay. And Michelle will be tagging your YouTube too. So if someone searches for you, it'll come up. Yeah, I'm so excited. I have a one-on-one in the morning, and then after that, I'll be ready. I'm ready with the Whatnot. Yeah, I could just like let it go. So just so you know, I've been a card collector for like almost 30 years. Yeah, go watch A Reworker's Passion. I have Shop 801 Lane. I have the Hodgepodge Place. I couldn't grab everybody to be on there. I actually have West Coast Shop, but I never put it on there. I need to put it on there. Yeah, I think I have hers. Yeah, I think I told her in the thing, but it's been so long. West Coast Shop. She might be on there already. I try to record them because they're just like really cool. And a lot of people, when you're in that, I'm sure when you're there and the chat's going, you want to read it and you can't, you don't remember probably a damn thing, right? Yeah. Nat, go in the closet and watch it. Nat, I think you're going to be sick tomorrow. Nat, I think you're going to be sick tomorrow. If you were closer, I would sneak over and like teacher nap you. Another snow day. Yeah. So you go to Whatnot Sellers, it should be tagged there. I know. You're saving those, I know. There's something going around for sure. Listen to Kimmy D. She knows what's up. Yeah, so tomorrow it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. Michelle, you'll do great. You're funny as ever. You know what? Spiritual Supply Company. I have theirs too, and I got permission. It's on my YouTube. It's on the live tab, so I multicasted it over. I wish I could put it under the video tab, but theirs is so good. Yeah, they're all so good. Let me see. Hold on. It's really fun, I'm sure, like, if you're being interviewed by them, to go back, like, and look at it and be like, oh my gosh, I've changed my business so much, you know? Yeah, you can watch it live. Let's see. I'll tell you who I have. I have Shop Happy 2019. It says Get Happy. The Hodgepodge Place. Shop 801 Lane. Spiritual Supply Company. A Reworker's Passion. I think that's it, but I'll add more. Is Whatnot in California? No, I think they do have an office here, but I think they have one in New York too. Yeah, the office is in like Marina Del Rey. Yeah, I have not been to it. Maybe one day I'll get to go there. It's been a year. I know. Yeah, they have one here in Marina Del Rey. If I give away stickers, I can PWE ship for 74 postage label. Yeah, as long as it's not hard. And cardboard, let's rephrase that. It is chipboard, it's called. Cardboard is like the box, that's way too thick. Yeah, don't use the cardboard because that's too rigid and you're not supposed to use that. Let me see if I have because I think I used all the chip I had. It's like cereal box. It's like cereal box. So don't use a cardboard flat from a box. It's way too thick and rigid. Yeah. Plus also that stuff gets bent up. Yeah, the thin cereal box like cardboard. Yep. Yep. That's what you should use. You can use that. I only use that if I have a couple of cards. Yeah, they ship first class mail. It's like writing a letter. It's intended the intent of PWE was for paper, 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 paper. Not bubble mailer, not plastic, not rigid. But you know, some packages get through, some don't. Some arrive on time, some take 2-3 weeks to get there. So give the sellers who, you know, ship out like stickers and PWE things, give them a little bit of a, I guess, some grace because it can take a couple of weeks. But if you buy something and you buy 3 or 4 items like this and they're over $20 in value or 3 ounces, it will upgrade it. Okay, it will upgrade it. Yeah, it will upgrade the cost. The package to Ground Advantage. Yeah, so they're not waterproof. I also use, where are my bags? My boxes. I think I moved them, but I have this is actually what I do now. When I started doing I didn't. So I have the card. The card goes in a penny sleeve, which is the thin plastic. And then after that it goes into, sometimes it goes into the top loaders, but I ran out of the real thin top loaders. They're rigid enough. I'm trying to think where I put those other, oh, maybe they're these. And then I bought, oh, I think these are all card. Oh, this kind of gives you an idea. So I bought this, which is a team pack sleeve. It can fit like 25, 30 cards in it. I can put one card in there, but here's what I do. If the card's in a penny sleeve, okay, so here's the penny sleeve. We'll take Hodgepodge's rare gold. I have a gold edition Hodgepodge that's an error. See that double printing? It's an error card. Yeah, and she signed it. I love you, Dee. So I take that, and the top of it's open, and I put it upside down in this one. Okay? So it's not waterproof, but it kind of seals it in a little bit, as long as that little peel and stick. Okay? So use 3x5 cards from the dollar store. The person who receives the card then reuse the 3x5 cards. That right there. I did that for a long time. Those little, they have one word on them, right? Like, hi, good. Yeah, they're like rainbow card. I got them there too. They're like $1. But I was doing so many cards with sports cards, I stopped. Oh no, send the dogs. Just go. Slide down. Don't wake the babies. Get a bucket. Get a bucket and a mop. Just line 3. Oh, those cards are like index cards. The index card. Yeah, get in a bucket and a mop. Where's Daddy? Wait, you're home. Oh, you're home today. That's right. I don't know what happened. Where I'm at. Where am I? Oh my goodness. Send help. Nat. Yeah, don't you dare wake up. Yeah. He's laying in bed with you. So you're both buried in dogs. Well, at least someone can take care of you if you have an accident. Mm. You know what? You're probably going to get some side eye from Otis Eugene. And Hank, well, he'll probably just roll over his baby. You better get up and go. We don't want you hurt. It does sound great. Heavenly, huh? Yeah. Anyway, that's PWE. We got Whatnot Sellers tomorrow. Okay, so they fixed the look. I'm just was reading the blog originally. So now they've added new categories. Did you guys know this? They've added new categories. Women's fashion, plus size, dresses, and boutiques. 3 new categories. Food and drink, baked goods, snacks and candy, and other food and drink. 3 new categories. Sports gear, baseball and softball gear. Antiques and collectibles, stamps has their own category. Wow, that's great. So that way people who sell those things can get some more views, people that are actually looking for those items. I think that's really awesome. And then in case you guys missed it, like Whatnot doesn't tell me I got to read this stuff. I just find it really interesting. Whatnot raised $225 million, you guys, in their like last series fundraising. So now they say that every dollar isn't, now this is all from us. The 225 million is from us live streaming all the fees, all the things. That's how much they've earned. They've raised that. That's how much we've given or they've taken. We're a team, right? So every dollar is an investment back into this community. More ways to connect with buyers, better tools to run your business, and global expansion that helps your shop grow with Whatnot. So there's the blog. You can go click on it and see what. Yeah. I know condition under handmade is kind of weird, huh? I could put in for that, BB. If you guys ever have ideas, let me know. There's like a wish list on Whatnot that we get to actually give input to Whatnot because they do listen to us. And maybe you won't have that done right away, but they definitely put on their radar. I can put it right here. It's blog.teamwhatnot.com. That's what I was reading from. There it is. And then I know that on Wednesday, November 5th, they did have a chat about it. I missed the chat, but you can go on YouTube on Whatnot. I think it's Whatnot app on YouTube, and you can rewatch it, okay, where they talk about it. You'll miss the chat, but a lot of times in the chat, there's a lot of people spamming and asking questions that have nothing to do with what they're talking about. So it can be distracting, but I love that they put that on YouTube now because a lot of us can't make that time. Yeah. Junk journal. Oh, did you know you could suggest tags to Whatnot? So when you schedule a show, go put some of those tags, request them. Yeah. Is there not a junk journal category? Well, we're all live personal shopping as a category or a tag. That would actually be pretty good. Mm. Yeah, I screen clipped it. I took a screenshot of those because I mean, don't message me a whole bunch of them, but if you want to message me a couple of ideas, I'm okay with that. I can just pass it along. That's it. I know, I don't think it is, but we need it. I mean, we're all live selling. It's all personal shopping. But I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of like a good thing to put on the list. Let me see. I'm gonna look in the categories right now. We can like 6'7". 6'7" kid on mobile. 6'7". Is that what you wanted? 6'7". Now pay up. Pay up, kid. Right now. How many monitors do I have? Don't ask. It's a secret. Just kidding, Sandra. I have a giant one over here, 27-inch. I have my phone right here. I'm gonna give you a little hug. And then I have my laptop over here. So I have the chat real big on there because I'm at that age where it needs to be bigger. Well, it's just like any marketplace that they have massive amounts of categories. People are going to not look through all the super subcategories, right? So you have a main category, and then under that category are subcategories. On the app, I did a whole, actually, if you guys want to watch on YouTube, I did an entire walkthrough on the app showing where things were. Okay. Oh, I don't know. I guess I'm just so used to doing these chats that I can read it and have like 10 conversations at one time and then still try to keep, I don't know, my brain just works that way. Sometimes it doesn't though. Sometimes I have to stay. So if I don't answer the question, I'm in deep thought about 5 questions ago, but I will scroll back and forth in the chat so I can like answer it. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I have all the tech. Yeah, so if they have a category, the main category, which I'm trying to get to on here, there's subcategories under those. And so like I always look on Whatnot on my computer. I'm not a fan of the, I mean, I love the app, but I like to have, and let me make you understand, I'm on whatnot.com on my computer on the monitor, right? On my phone, I'm not looking through the things, but Whatnot has made it so easy now. So if I go to whatnot.com, at the very top is like the Whatnot logo here. And then there's a home button and browse. If I click on browse, they've changed it. It's so much better. They have recommended, popular, and then A to Z, right? So alphabetized order, action figures, AFL cards, and whatnot, anime, antiques, and so on all the way. And there's actually more categories than you think if you do A to Z. Okay? Yeah. So the computer, it's pretty easy on here. Popular. So popular is based on a number of people in the stream. You can still see this on the app. It just looks different. So women's fashion right now has 14.5K people. If I click on women's fashion, it opens up the list of shows, but right above it, it has the subcategories. So which category has the most people. So under women's fashion is beauty, bags and accessories, women's activewear, women's vintage clothing, other women's fashion, women's shoes, Y2K, women's plus size. There's under 300 in each, okay? And one of them is 125 people. As Whatnot grows, it looks like women's contemporary has 5.9K. All those combined made up that 14. Okay, I'm following that category. I don't sell in that category. I don't even shop in that category. But I have a lot of people that I like who sell in those categories, and I love to watch their shows, and I want them to hit my FYP. So if I go back and I go over here to and whatnot, okay, if I click on and whatnot, the only two categories is everything else and community. Community is all the other chat shows. Some people do selling on there. You're not supposed to do selling on there. It's a community chat, maybe even community rate train kind of thing. At least that's what was the intent was. Okay, the intent of that channel, that category was chat shows because people were complaining about people having chat shows in their category. But you know what? I do my chat show in estate sales because that's the category I'm in all the time. And Whatnot actually told me that's just fine because I'm constantly selling items in my buy it now. So I may have a chat show, but my buy it now is full of estate sale finds. And if you guys want to shop and support me and buy something, the holidays are coming up, there you go. You can do that at any time. Sales is like a pretty good category. Like right now it has 2,100. If I click on it, you've got storage unit finds, estate sales, other estate sales, and then you have garage sales. So garage sales always has less. Okay, it has always has less people because it's kind of like buried. I have always loved estate sales. Storage unit finds, I would never put my show in there because I'm not open have a storage unit and I wouldn't like show my stuff in there. You're in estate sales too? Why would they complain? They felt like and I'm talking like a couple years ago since we've had community, is because they thought it was taking buyers away from their stream, but it's not. They don't have to go to your live and I didn't have anything in my shop and I was just talking, complaining, looking for handouts. That would probably get reported. Um, Thank you for joining. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing the link as well. I appreciate that, Wickle Pickle. I like your name. But you put it in the appropriate category. But now I think if people focus on their own business and put that energy into themselves and what they're doing and what they're selling and not really worry about other people are doing, they'll actually be more successful. People are going to do what they do. Always, obviously, you see something, say something kind of thing. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep doing my shows the way I do them. If I want to pivot and change and grow my business, then I'm going to go in that direction and try something else. That's why I used to only do vintage. I started changing and doing toys and rip or ship and just silly fun things because I enjoyed it and it makes money. And so that's what I'm going to keep doing. And the category I chose is because I was in vintage for like the first year and a half. And then I switched. I might be switching to another one. I've done shows in not every category, but pretty close. I've done it in a lot of, I haven't done clothing at all. Oh, wait, did I? I did do a clothing show before. Yeah, way back in the early days. I got a trash bag, a black trash bag, and I threw all of the t shirts in it. And I sold the whole bag. And that was it. That was my last clothing show. Because in the early days of the Whatnot Streets, that's what sellers were doing. They would have like a literal trash bag of clothing. Yep. And then that was happening like the first few months I was on the app, just watching actually. And then I did one and people were like cracking up. Yeah, but that was like a different time. Okay, so Michelle says, even when I do storage units, I find that it's better to put in estate sales for me personally because that's where people know me. That right there. hmm And I asked, like I said, I asked Whatnot about it. And they always say, like we do our chat show, and I'm doing mine next week. And they said, always do your chat show in the category that you're in most of the time. And it's been estate sales. Like, if I switch to another one, what would it be? If I were to switch to another one, it'd be I've done shows in other toys. I've done it in Funko. I haven't. Oh, I did a junk journal. So I did a craft handmade category one time when I was doing junk journaling. I did sports cards. I've done baseball, basketball. I haven't done a football one. I'll have to try that. I'll probably do that soon. I have done. Why not community? I don't know. I have done shows in community. I think people find me more in estate sales because I've been doing it for so long. When I was doing like a chat show for Whatnot, they used to um, promote us in three categories at one time. They were testing something. And I've gone in community, and it just depends on the time of day. Like in the middle of the night, corporate goth. One time I had 100. Should we change this to community and see what happens? Let's change it to community. I can change a category. Yeah, let's change it. I have done it where, okay, what time is it? 10:54. Oh, it's slow right now. All right, we'll change it to 10:56, and we'll put it in community. I mean, community's in a recently used, so sometimes I switch it around. And I always have to put it on buy it now because you got to do the selling format. And we'll put educational business and interesting. Suggested tags are educational business, coffee and tea, news, raid train, gift, religious. I don't even do that here. Handmade or DIY. That's my okay, I'm gonna save it. Let's see what happens. I switched over to community. I don't know. I've had shows where I do community in the middle of the night and I have like 100 people just talking about shipping. You never know. You never know who like jumps in. And I welcome everyone. Yeah, maybe I'll try it. What's one thing you'd recommend or more to move into a new category? Make sure you actually, if you move to a new category and you're selling, make sure you're showing the items on camera, your screen is clean, and that more than like 80% of the items, actually 100% of the items you're running in the auction tab are all for that category. So I wouldn't like be selling sneakers and then go into women's contemporary. You know what I mean? Or if you're selling makeup and then you have handbags, like don't have a handbag show in a makeup category. So that's real important. Also have good lighting, but like I'm sitting here, but if you're standing up and you have a rack behind you, make sure your rack is like nice and clean to the side so you have like you're reaching for the ones to sell and you label them so you don't have more work at the end. And then okay, you show the item, but make sure that they could actually like see everything. A lot of times people are showing the item and I can see like this is just a towel. Here's a t-shirt, right? But I'm only seeing like the tag of it. The whole thing's not being seen because you're not holding it back on the hanger far enough. Even have something coming from your ceiling you can hang. For that example, anyways. So empty out all my old and start fresh. No, you can put everything in your buy it now. So if you have a bunch of items in there, move them to the buy it now tab. And then whatever you're selling in the auction during that show should be really what's for that category. I mean, that's technically it. Because someone could report you. I don't think people are doing that, but like, what's up, movie poster? How you doing? Um, I don't know that people are doing that, but if someone's in that category and they're doing good, and then you start getting some traction in that category, but you're not selling like the purses that for that category, I think that someone probably just keep you on your tracks and report you. They don't like it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. I will say now that Whatnot's grown so much, I don't ever look at that. I'm just scrolling through shows. So technically on the phone, if you're scrolling, you're scrolling in that category, but not always the scrolled shows are going to be from that category. I have noticed that. So I think that feed is maybe what category you're following. Oh, that's like a good whatnot question. I got to write that down. Actually, I'm going to do some more testing. Okay, here's a pen. Let me get a pen. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my opinion. To make sure, like, you're selling items that fit that category. Because that is the rules of whatnot. Okay, scroll. I think it's who I follow. But actually, I think it's just whoever gets pushed through to you because some people I don't follow and they pop up in my. And you're not going to get traction maybe the first time. It might take you. I feel like the algorithm has to get used to you being in that category, right? Because when you start into a new category, you might just get a couple of people. I know that when I switched to community, a lot of my regular people that come to my stream, Renee, hello, they can't find me. They have to search for me. I'm not on the FYP because it does something to that. Whatnot's never going to tell us what the recipe is for the algorithm. I think they don't even know. The employees don't know. Yeah, there you go. There's a buyer right there, Nat. Nat's also a seller, but only irritation is when I go to a show. You've noticed that as well? Yeah. And you go in antiques, there's actually nothing antique. People do not know what antiques are. Hey, my friend, how are you? They don't know what antiques are. They have to be 100 years or older, people. 100 years or older. Not retro vintage, okay? Antique. Antique. Your great grandma had it. Oh, good spreadsheets. Oh, I hate those. Yeah. You hate that vintage is only 20 years old. It's like 20, 20, 25 really for vintage. Um, if you, yeah, 20 to 56 years, I think it is. It depends, right? I mean, it depends because a lot of people seem to be using the AI and the AI is giving them all the wrong answers. It makes you feel, I don't even think about it. I don't care. I'm an antique. I'll just tell everybody I'm an antique. You're struggling with shipping? Hey, Beauty Blasted, how are you? You wanna have a question about shipping? Feel free to ask. Yeah. Are you a new seller? Is that your cat? It's cute. So what's your problem? Ask a question. Because it's hard to shipping to me, I feel like it's one of the easiest things, but I feel like it's the number one stressor. It's also the number one confused thing ever because we're so used to selling one item at a time to a buyer, and then someone comes in and wants to buy 35 items and it bundles in one box. And then we stress out because we're like, what do I do? We're going to be doing it. We put it off for a little bit. I do too. Yeah, I will be doing Shipping School with Living Bliss Vintage, but I don't know when we're going to do it. No, it's a poster. I sell makeup and hair products and can't figure out bundling. So you sold a poster, which is probably what, 24 inches long? You can ask her about that. No, the cat. Oh, the cat's a poster. Thank you. Because I was like, oh, poster. Ed, you are? I'm so sorry to hear that. No, I know the truth. I don't need you to tell me on YouTube. Yeah, I don't. I'm okay. Yeah, that doesn't hurt my feelings. Do you want me to cry? I could act really good. I'm a good actress. Yeah, I can. Okay. What's up, Kathy? How are you doing? Sorry, I will go in and out to talk to YouTube. Oh, well, that's okay. Hey, Grizzly. I'm good, thank you. How are you doing? You're doing the Lord's work. I'm doing it too. Watch this. Watch me whip. Woo! Bye. Okay. Sometimes I get comments on YouTube and they're just like, what? They just want you to cry, I guess. Yeah. No, I'm doing really good. Thank you. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. So, Beauty Blasted, we're going to try to help. Okay. So, I'll try to explain it the way I know how, which is the whatnot way. Be careful with getting shipping advice on the whatnot. There's some people that do give you the wrong info, and it's intentionally and not intentionally. It's just, it works for their business. So until you do that kind of volume shipping, maybe it works, right? So you sell makeup and hair and you can't figure out. So Whatnot has what they call smart bundling, right? Sometimes it's a smart ass for sure. Okay, so I look at it like this. So you're selling makeup. I'm going to use this for size reference, maybe like you're using skincare, foundation, or whatever, right? And say this is a box of, retinol cream, right? And so it weighs 4 or 5 ounces by itself. Okay, you're scanning the barcode, you're entering all the information. What are you doing with the shipping? What are you putting in there? Are you putting just the weight of the product? Because, or are you putting the product like you were going to sell one of these to somebody packaged? That's how you should weigh it, okay? So are you doing it like that? I want to try to help you so you understand. Forget what everybody else is telling you. Forget about what everybody else is being, if they're being assholes, just forget about those people. You're the boss. This is your show when you're having your show and you're in charge, no matter what. Don't let it affect you, even though it hurts, because that's what a lot of people want to do. They want to not see you succeed. And sometimes they're people that you know on the app. Um, yeah, so let's see, before you guys start tagging her a whole bunch, let her see if she can answer my question so I could help her with the shipping. Because then it's trying to answer me and then answer you guys. So let's just hold on a minute. Yeah, because then it gets too overwhelming. And she's a new seller, so she's only done like 3, 4 shows. Well, no, it's okay. So, okay, that's a whole other thing that you're doing. So, for example, here's your skincare item. This is just a mock size. So, if I have this and it's a face cream, right? And I scan the barcode, that's what you said you were doing, right? And inputting. What are you choosing for the weight of this one item? I know exactly what you did. Did you do a custom ship profile where it only has 6 or 7 for the box? Okay, so you put in, you did that. Okay. But when you did that, okay. So when you put this item in, you picked it for that, right? I think people get confused in that, what I'm totally thinking about. Hold on a minute. I have to write this down because. So did you do max shipping where they paid no more than X amount of money? You just picked up to button? What does that mean? So you've had 4 shows, right? You're brand new. So you really need to watch Whatnot's videos if you haven't already. You really need to watch those first so you get more of a grasp how to do it. You scan this item, it weighs 4 ounces by itself, but now you can't ship it. Like if it's skincare and it's in a box, it should never ship in a bubble mailer. It should go in a box. Okay? You watch them and you still don't get them. Okay, when you enter your items, you're entering them all in, right? Okay, so you're going to enter this. This is going to be like, you know, I'll just use some brand. I don't know, Archivist Skincare. And I weigh it and I'm like, this is 5 ounces by itself. I'm going to choose the weight class to be 4 to 7 ounces. Okay? That item might sell to one person, or somebody might buy a 4 in inventory. They might buy all 4 of them. Okay? I'm going to leave my shipping alone at the default. The default is anything under a pound goes ground advantage. Anything 1 pound to 5 pounds goes priority mail. Okay? So my first setting for priority mail is priority mail or flat rate. I'm going to choose priority mail because I have 4,700 products, just for example, in my bin. If I put the second part where it says ground advantage, anything over 5 pounds is ground advantage, I'm changing that. I'm putting it at priority mail because I could probably fit quite a few of these in the large priority mail mailing box, right? Or even the medium. But I don't know if my buyer is going to buy 1 of these or 30 of these. So on this kind of size, because I know what skincare is, makeup, all that kind of stuff, right? You're trying to use a random listing during the auction, but you said you were scanning barcodes. So if you're scanning barcodes, that's not random. You could do random as long as they all weigh in roughly about the same weight. You could put, like, for example, you know, on me, I put it in as the item. So if you're scanning the barcode, which makes no sense to the random thing, it's gonna fill it out for you and be really fast if you're scanning barcodes. But if you're doing random, you're probably gonna have an issue because with scanning the barcode, who in here sells cosmetics and makeup? You have to actually put in, like, it'll tell if it's expired or not. You have to have the lot numbers, I think. I don't sell that stuff. But if you're doing random, as seen on live, number one, you sell number one, it becomes two, three, four, five. You need to pick the weight for the one item. Okay. So you could have up to 1,000 of these, $10 a pop in auction starting bid. They weigh 4 to 7 ounces. Okay. Or maybe you have the actual weight of the item pack. Maybe it's 5 ounces packaged up. Okay. So when you put in there, yes, they do, because again, you don't know if the buyer is going to buy one. And then what happens is if I buy 10 of these and they're 5 ounces each, that's 50 ounces. It's going to go priority mail because 50 ounces is what, 3.5 pounds or so. See what I mean? So that order is going to be okay, priority mail. But what if they are all 10 ounces each and I can only buy 8 of them to go in that one box? Whatnot has smart bundling, so it calculates the maximum weight in the category. So if an item's 4 to 7 ounces, it's going to calculate 7 ounces because 4, 5, 6, and 7 cost the same to the buyer, depending where they live, of course. Does that make sense to you now? Yeah, so you can still call it random. You can show a picture and just say, photo for example only, as shown on live, okay? And then you put the quantity higher, but make sure they all are about the same weight. Don't take, don't take something this small that weighs 4 ounces and then run an item next to it that weighs a pound. Okay. And no, I'm not running my slot machine lighter. Okay. Does that make sense to you? I hope it makes sense. Let whatnot work for you. Don't work harder, work smarter. So if you do that, I would not call it random. If they were all going to be all skincare, lotion, foundation, I would call them what they are. So when you sell it and that first one goes, have some kind of stickers you put on it because it's going to be labeled whatever your title is. And then if there's 1,000 and you sell 10 of them, whatever one sells, and they're not going to be exact in order because you don't sell every single one, you'll have number 1, number 2, number 14, and these little stickers will save you. So I'll take number 1 and I'll stick it on here and I'll set it in a spot so that when I'm processing that buyer's order, I don't have to go, oh my gosh, I got to watch the video receipt. You see what I mean? I try to explain it so it's just a little bit more easier to understand. Now, if you want to take a look at my buy it now and see how I have mine, that's not for everyone. But if you have barcodes on it, you're going to work so much smarter to scan the barcode and create a listing for each item. And if you have an excess of like 100 of, or 50 of these, why would you not put them in the buy it now at a higher price, right? So if it's a $10 item, put it at 15. You can always flash sale it because, psychology wise, we think we're getting a deal. But meantime, you've got people that don't want to go for the auction, and maybe it does go for higher than that in the auction. People sneak to your buy it now and go, oh, look, she's got that over there. I'm not going to wait. I want it now at the full price. But it'll calculate all that shipping together. The barcode will just save you time listing it. But really the rules of whatnot are you're supposed to list your items. A lot of people don't do that because they do such a big volume. So I hope that helps. I hope it didn't confuse you, but don't stress out on that. Now, another way you could do it is say you created a whole box and you did a custom ship profile and you had skincare, eye cream, you had a whole assortment, right? And say you had 15 of these and you wanted to sell that whole box to one person. So you do the math and you go, okay, I need to start this at $50. It's a $250 value. This is what I'm showing you, just for example. And you start at like, 10 to 30 seconds, whatever you're comfortable with. 10 seconds probably is better. And you run that box. But when you do list that box, you can put in their beauty box, right? And put the description of what they're getting so they know, as short as you can in there. And then that box becomes the custom ship profile. It weighs 5 pounds packaged up. So you make sure it weighs 5 pounds with all the stuff. You can make 50 boxes like that and sell them like that. And you don't have, if you want to do some kind of thing, or do an individual random pull and do it the other way, like I was talking about. But that way, Whatnot will not bundle anything. The trick of it is putting it at 5 pounds and you're setting to be that default, because Whatnot will calculate. So say you made a show that was a flat rate priority mail. Okay, before I go to flat rate priority mail, let me ask, are we all good? Do we all understand? Oh, Miss Vivian. I don't know about that, but thanks. Yeah, never quit on what you truly want. That's right. Okay, good, good. That's what I want to, because see how, and I bet you feel it's it's like we overthink, right? And we listen to other people. We need to go find all the research, the information from Whatnot ourselves. Things change all the time, okay? And what one person is doing in their show is not going to be what you're going to be doing. You're going to be doing something different, and it's for everybody. But don't stress about it. Now, priority mail flat rate. Here's a trick. This is a trick. This is a D trick. Okay, divine. Oh, I like that. I like that. I need that on a shirt. Delightful and divine are my two. Okay, so priority mail flat rate, if you set that up, that means, and this is where people get tripped up and they freak out. They listen to somebody going, oh, offer free shipping, offer the reduced shipping. Let me explain something to you guys, and then do flat rate. Okay, you're already giving them flat rate pricing, $9.21 on a box or items up to 70 pounds. I really feel that flat rate works well on jewelry, on very small items, even small glass pieces, because the box size is whatever fits in there ships. So I wouldn't say, you know, in certain categories like women's clothing, each piece of clothing weighs a certain weight, right? So people could go in and do a custom ship profile, and then each item's like 11 to 15 ounces. So if it's 70 pounds and they say, okay, we can do, a couple of pounds each thing. Some people only they do the 5 pound one, or I mean, not the 5 pound, they do the 5 pound priority mail regular box. And they're like, okay, I can only fit like 8 items in there. And sometimes they do flat rate, and then they don't number the quantity to the box. And so then they end up getting, if you sell a ton of stuff and you're getting good money, you're not going to mind unbundling those into other boxes, right? Same thing with like the first 5 pounds priority mail. With flat rate, I feel like it works best, like I said, in sports cards, in small items, jewelry, because you can run all the stuff and it calculates the weight. So if I don't do a custom ship profile, I offer flat rate, and I put, basically reduced shipping, not paying over 921, because they're doing that. Understand that all of those items, so if I sell like brooches, I can probably fit a ton in there. So if I'm pricing at the right, because I got to wrap them, I got to make sure they're safe, it's taking 10 ounces and it's deducting it from 70 pounds. And the more they buy, the more it calculates to 70. Okay? Does that all make sense? It makes me buy more. Someone has reduced for small items. Yeah. And you understand shipping. Yeah. Okay. So that's another thing. But one of the other things I saw people do is when they were selling those boxes, this is the hack. Very important. So if you were to do one of those beauty boxes and you used a flat rate medium box and say you had 10 items in it, and you actually weighed it and it said 15 pounds on the scale, when you want to sell that whole box as a flat rate priority mail, please do not put 15, put 70. Put 70 on the box, because you want each person to buy one box. You don't want the weight to calculate up. When you go to edit the shipping label, change it back to the actual weight. Okay? Sometimes it glitches if you don't put the 70 and you put 15 and you put one item per box. It kind of messes up. But that's a hack, because I had to first get deducted $145 from Whatnot for doing that, because it was a glitch, and I fixed it. And so they reimbursed me. They covered it. It was a mystery game I did. You can't do those mystery games anymore. You have to actually show what's in the box, and you have to sell it with a box full of stuff. So just remember that. Are you getting ready to go on, Linda? Or you got about 20 more minutes, right? I set the weight to 70 when it is a flat rate box and I'm selling the whole box. Absolutely. I don't want it to calculate the weight. I want to sell that one box, because here's what happens. If I'm having a show and I have a box of cameras and the cameras weigh 25 pounds and they buy the first box and I put 25 pounds, one item in the box, and then the next box happens to be 30 pounds. The first box you pay for, the second box is free because you already paid your $9.21 because I got the max shipping on. You're welcome. You're welcome. There's a tip. Yeah. Hopefully you remember how to do it. Did you update the app? Can we do fill a flat rate and do that? You can, but I think it's a pain in the ass. You're going to have to do a claim show for that. I don't think you could, unless you fill it up as you're going, you could do that. What if it doesn't fit? You can't ship it priority mail flat rate. It saved me because I've not really done those kind of shows after that one. Whatnot made it right for me, but then they may not do it right for you guys. Those are just like little tips that you learn when you have a hiccup. Yeah, whatever. The cool part about Whatnot is that's my sister, by the way. You guys should follow her. We're gonna raid her today. She's having her first show. Yeah, her very first show in 2025. Let's see if she knows how to do it. Just tell her what to do. No, I'm kidding. She has her auction set up. She has her buy it now. Yeah, think about it. And it could hurt you as a buyer because you're going to have to pay for that next box if you have to use another box. But if your items are small, they fit. But like priority mail boxes, flat rate isn't very big. I want to say it's 12 by 12.25 by like 6.5 inches high on the large. So if you're selling, a giant piece of glass like I have up here on the shelf, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. But the beauty about it is if you do sell it and you're in a jam and you've got like a 10-inch item and it won't fit in your box because of the 2-inch rule, you can turn off the flat rate, okay, and do regular priority mail. Yeah, because I've already paid for it. And it'll tell you if you need to pay extra or it'll use one of your things, but you can toggle it off for now. Yeah, hopefully you sold your items not for $1. Hopefully you sold your items for enough money because you're going to have to pay for the shipping. So if a person buys a lot of items and they don't fit in one box, can we print a second shipping? No, you have to pay for it. Yeah, it's not free, Keith, unfortunately. That's why you're supposed to weigh all your items accurately, and then Whatnot calculates weight. It's up to you to use the right size. And it's based on a 1 cubic foot box, 12 by 12 by 12, or any combination that doesn't go over 1,738, right? But if it does, it's going to cost the buyer more money up front. But you have to do the work so the buyer knows what they're going to pay. If you don't, and you package it up and go, oh man, this box is 20 by 24 by 12. The buyer will receive it. You will be doing them a disservice and a disservice to all buyers on the app. And they get the box. They're going to have to pay extra money for that because it's not going to be a 5-pound box. That box is probably 2.5 pounds empty. The large priority mail mailing box is 11 ounces empty with nothing in it. And rule of thumb, at least for me, what I've learned is anything that's 3.5 pounds, about 3.5 pounds by itself, like a piece of glass. I will tell you right now, by the time you package that up, if you do it right with a double box, it's 5 pounds. So some of those items like I have that are 3.5 pounds, all those packaging materials count against in the weight. They're not like a freebie from the post office. I have to actually double box some of those pieces of glass. They go as custom ship profile, one item, 5 pounds. They're not like $2 and $3 items. They're like $50, $100, $200, $300 items that my buyer knows how I pack and they trust me and they have no problem paying that $9.21. Okay. Yeah, it's really important to me. Yeah, it adds. You'll be surprised how much it adds. Like, you have a little tiny item and it weighs 2 ounces, but then you add the box and it's a whole other 2 ounces. That's 4. So you can't put it in 1 to 3. Oh, ounce don't matter. You really should put it 4 to 7 ounces ahead of time so your buyer knows. Some people do accurate. Some people, like my friend, a Reworker's Passion, Leslie, she sells soap. She has those each as a category or as a title with the weight. So it might say, like, she had some Labubu soap. Labubu, 5 ounces shipped. Yeah, and some people don't do box. They do bubble mailers. They do double poly mailers. You have to weigh the box with the item. Here's an analogy I always use. I'm going to use it with this, though, today. Right? Let's see if it talks. Hi.
What in the world happened?
Okay. So. You have to weigh the box with the item.
You have to weigh the box with the item.
Lisa. Lisa. I got it from Cindy. Okay, so. If I were to ship this without a box, it would get destroyed. So I want to make sure I keep little Wayne. Nice and safe and secure. You're like a little puppet. And I want to make sure that your package gets there. So I have to add weight. This comes in a box, but it needs another box to protect it. So I want to make sure that your package gets here, so I have to add weight. This comes in a box, but it needs another box to protect it. Yes. And that box weighs a few ounces, up to 11, 12, maybe a pound. Yes. And that box weighs a few ounces, up to 11, 12, maybe a pound. So you got to include it with all of your items that you list. So you got to include it with all of your items that you list. And that's it. That's it. I got to turn it off now because we can get. I got to turn it off now. Isn't that cute? The things I buy and whatnot. Yeah. You got to have one of those. How can you get one? I got it from Cindy Golden Girls. Yeah. So a lot of people don't understand. So I couldn't slap a label on this and ship it. I'd have to pack it. So maybe I have the box for it, but I'm not going to like mail it like this. Maybe they want the box, right? So I'm just going to get another box and I'm going to put it in there. And it just so happens that the priority mail, I know I should sell them, huh? The priority mail, for Christmas, I should. Okay. She only had the one. She bought it on Whatnot. Priority mail shoebox, which is 15 by 8 by 6. They're not cheap. I think they're like 40 or 50 bucks on the Amazon. Yeah. Yeah, they're hilarious. But Cindy has this voice. It's perfect for it. I think there's a happy birthday song on there from Cindy. Anyway, yeah. So in the beginning of Whatnot, a lot of sellers got conflicting information. And back then, back in the old days of Whatnot, they were like, oh no, I don't enter the weight for the item. I go for the box. I'm like, what are you talking about? How in the hell would you ship on eBay and other platforms? You have to put the actual, hi Curly Q, you have to put the actual packaged weight, the dimensions. You have to put all that stuff in to get more accurate shipping for your buyers. So keep that in mind. Very important to put that in. Yeah. Because you can't just slap a label on it, and you sell beauty stuff. So how would you ship that facial rejuvenation cream? Slap a label? Hope it gets there. I still want to try to ship a pineapple to Gorgeous George. I'm going to do it with no box. Mm-hmm. Yeah, or maybe I'll send a cucumber. A cucumber would be great. I'm going to do it. Curly Q, how are you doing? Yeah, so you it depends on what box you put in, but like be realistic. Imagine you're only selling this one item. Well, I don't want this to get damaged. I don't want the box to get bent up. Maybe it's a gift. Maybe this is a business. Take it like it's a business, right? Yeah, you're trying to make some money, but you want your buyer 100% happy. You want them, give them 100% positive buyer experience. So whether you use recycled packaging materials or new packaging materials, you want to make sure it's presentable when they get it. So I put in the weight for the one item. Okay. This is the skincare item. It's not, but it's just for discussion. And I list it in my Buy It Now. If it's a box of Band-Aids, I'm going to probably use the barcode scanner. Scan it. It's going to make a listing for me. Boom, put it in there. It's going to suggest a weight. I just want to make sure, I want to make sure like that box of Band-Aids is not, like this is just how I am. I use a 6x4 by 2 inch box. It costs me like 12 cents. I'm putting this in a box versus a bubble jar. It's going to get smashed in there. I'm going to make sure when they open that box, wow, they got their package. They're happy. They see my effort, and they go over, and their effort is leaving a review with something nice to say about, like, I really loved my item. That's me as a seller. Not everybody's going to do that. Some people just throw stuff in boxes and don't care. Some people's stuff, they get to choose what they want to do. But again, do you want your buyer to come back? I think 70% of my people buy one item. 70% of people that shop with me buy one item. 30% buy 5 or more items. And I think that's in an average in some of the things. But it depends. Lately, I've been getting a lot of new buyers. So add the box weight. It's not that much, but it's all, again, you're adding the weight to the packaging material. So if you're adding a poly mailer, some paper or bubble, that might be an ounce. And you're at 1 to 3 ounces. Now you're at 4. You got to kind of put it in there. Do you notice shipping prices affect people wanting to spend? It depends. Yeah, sometimes. Let me figure out how I'm going to justify. I sell Doorables, Disney Doorables. How am I going to justify to the buyer that that little dinky item costs $4.50 to buy, to ship? How do I justify that? Right? Right? Okay, so here's what I do. When I'm doing a show and I'm doing ripper ship, I'm selling them entertainment. So I don't have any ripper ships here, but you get the idea. It's like a blind box. Do I have any? No. But it'd be like an item, like, say, like this. And you can't see what's in it. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense why it would cost 4, right? So we don't control, all of us sellers on the set, we don't control how much the shipping costs. We don't. We do control it in the sense of we have to input each item, and you're trusting us to give you the lowest shipping price for the best value possible. Okay? So this is a little cute Pixel Doorables Dumbo. It's little. So these are 1 to 3 ounces shipped. I put them in a bubble mailer. They make it just fine. Okay, they go with the packing list. Sometimes I put a Laffy Taffy in there. It just depends. But you're paying $4.50, $4.12. I don't think it goes under. I don't think it goes under the $4. Okay, I'm in the West Coast in California. So what I have to explain to the buyer is, okay, I'm giving you more accurate shipping because Whatnot's giving discounted. If I took this one item and put it in a bubble mailer, 1 to 3 ounces at the post office, it ships Ground Advantage. It's $7 for that little thing. And it's like $6.80 something to New York. I've already tested it. It's crazy. But Whatnot has lower pricing, so it's actually a lot lower. But again, if you buy one item at 1 to 3 ounces in order to get free shipping, which it doesn't make any sense because this item's really like 2 ounces. I might fix my Doorables so they're like 2 ounces packaged. But then you would have to buy more to get free shipping. You would have to buy 8 of them to get free shipping. So let's get 8 of them and see what it looks like. I don't have my scale right here. I have it over there. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's 8. Right? So here's 8. So the first one I run, they're going to pay $5. Let's just say $5. Okay? But I'm going to explain to them, you feel a seller wants it for $1 just to fight. Well, I'm not going to sell it for $1. There's a lot of people where they're going to sell stuff for $1, but I don't want to make 42 cents selling my entertainment and selling these items. I'm going to be real. No, and that's the buyer you might want. I might throw something out there for $1 that sells. Half the time when I run, I got rated, I'm running it for $1. You don't have to do $1 on here. Do you want to go bankrupt and pay people to take your stuff? I'm not running for $1. But I have done those, and half the time people don't even bid on it. And it might be a banger piece of glass. They just don't want that. And I'm not greedy, but I gotta live, I gotta eat, and I'm not gonna run an item for $1. Then why are you trying to compete with other people on the app that run for $1? Know your value, know your worth, run your stuff what you want to get for it. Yeah, I see people doing that all the time, and then they're giving giveaways away, and I see them write it on the Facebook groups. I'm like, you guys, why would you like put yourself out of business before you even begin? You gotta just keep working hard and know your value. I mean, you could start $5, you could start $3, you can start $8, you can start $15, whatever you want to start at. Yeah, if it sells at $1, if I start at $1, it sells at $1, not doing it. That's right. Yeah, well, I'm not here to price myself at a business. I have a lot of value. I know my worth, and I'm going to sell it where it is. I have no problem selling these for $5. And actually, a lot of people were selling them on the app for 3. I was selling them for 5, and I was still selling them and selling out. And guess what? A lot of them are now selling at $5 because that price has gone up in the getting them. Yeah, you've told customers you can get 4 sets to fill a large priority. Guess what? They buy 4. Mm-hmm. Yep. And oh, hey, look, we all like free shipping, but let's get real. Shipping is not free. Somebody has to pay for it. What's up, Goose? I'm gonna say hi to my friend Goose on YouTube. Your brother's birthday. You forget me, huh? You forgot about me. You thought I was gonna read that? Ben. Ben. Yeah. Nice try. Okay. Yeah. I wouldn't price myself at a business. I would have been gone off this app a long time ago if I did dollar starts. Because there are people on the app that are so successful with a dollar start. But understand, when they started the app, they weren't doing $1 starts. Now they've got people coming to them, come sell my stuff for me. We'll do a cut 20%, 30%, 80%, 50%, whatever it is. Okay? But stop comparing yourself to those people because they've worked their asses off to get where they're at. And that's their business model. That's not yours. It's like that saying of, if someone told you to go jump off a cliff, would you do it? It's kind of the same thing, you guys. There's no reason why we can't get good money for our stuff on this platform. It's equal to all the platforms. Sometimes not, right? Sometimes. Did you get up? Were you able to get up? Yeah. But again, the people who are getting $1 and they have 5 buyers that want it and it goes up, but they put in, you don't see all the other stuff that comes in. You also don't see the behind the scenes where they bought a whole storage unit or they bought somebody's estate or they're out going yard selling. They got to make money. So if they go to a yard sale and the person says, they want $5 or $6, they know they got to wrap it, they got to pack it, maybe they got to clean it, and they got to ship it. They got to add some money in for that. I mean, they're in business to make money, not give it away. So just keep that in mind. That's not about being greedy. That's about knowing your worth. And if you find some items, like you go out thrifting and you find an item and oh wow, I just sold that item for like $50, you can say, you know what, I'm going to start for 35 here today. And I tell you, you're creating a personal shopping experience and people want that. And you should have some kind of service fee in there. You build it into your price. You also have packaging materials. You also have taxes. You also have all the other things that go along with that. Put that in the price of your item. And at $1, you're probably going to be out of business. So don't feel like you have to do that. If you want to run, you get a raid. I mean, I've gotten it where I've had 15 raids at one night. I'm not going to run 15 different items at $1. Sometimes I don't do giveaways anymore. I used to do a ton of them. I took a break from them. Yep. I actually, now that rewards is here, I have to schedule it. But people that purchase from me and they get to the gold tier, I'm gonna have a private show and do giveaways. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try that out. Actually, shop 801 Lane. Hi, Brooke. She gave me the idea because she's doing it this season. Do you think not doing a giveaway? I don't think I get paid enough to answer that question. I feel like giveaways are great and exciting and they get people in. And if you're a brand new seller, like Whatnot's already promoting you. But just, I think a huge thing is we get caught up in, we're watching this guy give away like 32 giveaways. You should just be running your items all the time. Run items at auction, show it on camera, describe it. If there's a call out, like there's damage, call it out, let people know. Have fun with your show. Yeah. But don't say on your stream, Texas Nana 64, thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you. We're having a chat about Whatnot, shipping, all the things. Thank you for the raid. I really, really appreciate it. Welcome in. I'm Dee. Nice to meet you. Yeah, so you could give stuff away, but you can't say, if you purchased from me tonight, everybody gets this. You can't do that. It's against the rules. It's like, it's kind of like, buy from me and I'll give you this. Not allowed to do that. But you could say, I've heard you could say, for the buyers that are spending $50 tonight, you're going to get, a box of whatever you're putting in there. Just make sure that you've calculated that weight to go in with what they buy, because you're going to pay for the shipping. Okay, because it's not a giveaway. Now, don't write their name on a piece of paper and put it in a bowl and shake it up and raffle it off. You will get in trouble for that. Okay, you will get in trouble. No, read the terms. Go to help.whatnot.com and find out. Grizzly. Yeah, I would. But you really can't do that. Yeah, it's like, I forget what they called it, but you can't do that. But there was a seller that got suspended for something similar. And so they were told they were able to, and they're a huge seller on this platform, and they always are learning and real helpful to this community. But then they said, well, they were allowed to say, if you, for buyers that purchased $50 tonight, you're getting like, here, like this is maybe they're selling beauty. And they go, if everybody's pitch, hey, everybody that spends $25 tonight is going to get a free random pack of nail tips. You could do something like that. So what's with buyers only giveaways? So look, the rules are this: giveaways. You can't, and it's like a law. It's not Whatnot. So you understand this. A giveaway is like a law. I think it's federal, that you can't require anybody to buy something. So you can't give away a coupon code. Like, you can get $10 off your next order. Stop doing that. Now, can you include it with the giveaway in their box? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you will 100% pay for the giveaway, whatever it is and whatever it is. Don't put on their free 99. Don't put on their free shit. Label the giveaway what they're going to get. So if I decide I'm going to give away blue tape, 1 roll of slightly used blue tape, okay? Take a picture of it, put in there blue tape, okay, whatever the Scotch blue tape, okay? Put that as the title and then of the description, okay? Then what you want to do is you want to, a lot of sellers for the followers say, if you win, yeah, they can't do that. They're not supposed to do that. Whatever it is going to be, you have to give that away and you have to show it. But don't write on there free stuff number 1, free stuff number 2, free stuff number 3. It is against the terms. You can't promise people something. So for giveaways, everybody gets to enter it. If it's a buyer's giveaway and you want to thank your buyers, anybody could enter it because of the laws that are in place about giveaways. You can't require, you have to provide an alternative way to enter. So if they can't buy, they could fill out a form. I'm not going to teach you how to do the form. That's on you. It's a process. Okay. And don't get mad that a form filler wins the giveaway prize. Let me explain why. I just said it. I'm going to say it again. Anybody can win it. Do not say, I'm giving away the blue tape. And that somebody, hold on 1 second, please. Hold on. Give me one. My kid needed me. Okay. So you still have to send it. So if I say this and somebody who's like, never bought from me and they win my buyer giveaway, right? Say I have a scale and they win. I can't go, oh man, I'm not sending it to you. You don't follow me. Don't do that. Don't be that kind of person. Send it anyways. Send it anyways. Okay. Maple, what's up? Send it anyways. What about sellers who have buy me a coffee or not allowed? Not allowed. Report it. Report them. They're not allowed to be doing that. And I'll tell you why the backstory on that is we used to not have tips. So Whatnot people decided to sell a buy me a thing instead of just saying stickers, right? Go look at mine. I don't have a buy me a. I don't have a buy me a anything. I don't think I ever buy me a anything on ever on Whatnot. Yeah, buy me a burrito. Buy my dog a burrito. Just buy me a tip. I mean, tips were amazing. So once we got tips, we weren't allowed to buy me a taco. That sounds really good. LVB. Yeah, I don't think I ever had that actually. I had stickers. I need a little Debbie Christmas tree cake. I'm gonna put some in the bin. Okay, I'll put some in the bin. Those are good. Or moon pies. Remember Not Stifler's mom one time? She was in like a gas station traveling, and what about donations in the shop? I would say go to help.whatnot.com. Um, we're here to sell a physical product. Okay. Hey, educator, how you doing, my friend? Thank you, thank you. Good to see you, or virtually. Um, and the donation thing, yeah, same. Tips are always appreciated. Tips for tips, kind of thing. But they're not always like required. Some people just don't have it, but it's always appreciated. Um, no, I haven't tried them. They're good. I know everybody loved gift to chat. It just is a feature that Whatnot sunset. They sunsetted the feature, so it tells me the sun went down. It might come back again, but after the chaos, to be honest, in my personal opinion, there were some people that ruined that at the end. They had raid trains that were saying F Whatnot, bring back gift the chat, and they ruined it. I think they ruined it. I don't think we're going to get it back. So, you know who you are. And you know what? Big mistake. Yep. But that's my opinion. That's my opinion. But make sure with the giveaways you actually send the item out. Okay? Because you never know. I've converted. You can ask Hot Mess. I've converted a lot of people that were so-called givey goblins that came and purchased from me because they liked what was going on here. They did. I think they ruined it. I don't know that we'll get it back. Yeah, and please don't call. Let's get out of the way. I actually, for a while there, used to mute Goblin. I don't like it. I know people get so mad about it, but oh, gift to chat's been gone for 6 months now, Ty. Yeah, it's gone. But there's like people doing sponsored giveaways, which is kind of similar. So they buy your sponsored giveaway and you mark it up or whatever because you got to turn around and use it as a giveaway. And then you got to pay for shipping. So you guys can figure out how to do that thing. A lot of people don't like it. Some people do it. I get some people really do it. So what about selling stickers to get your 1,000 sales? Sorry, as a buyer, I see this a lot. Me personally, it doesn't show that they know how to pack a damn thing. They know how to pack stickers, congratulations, but now they're doing glass shows. How can I trust them to pack glass if they sold 1,000 sales? But I know it's 1,000 stickers, right? I most likely won't shop with them. And I buy a lot on this app. That's just me. Yeah. I think the gift to chat when they would have these things, because it's 1,000 transactions. Every single one of my 1,000 solds in the beginning were tons of bundles. I probably sold 15,000 or more items on this app, but I have 5,000 plus transactions because in the early days I did bundles. I didn't care about 1,000. I'm like, whatever. I'm here to sell. If I get the 1,000, cool. I get paid right away. But I loved working. I love to work for my money. So I loved working towards it. And then you get paid right away. I'm like, took away the excitement. That's just me though, right? I know that sounds weird. People can't wait to get it. But at the same token, I know how to pack glass. I know how to pack anything. I know how to pack anything. People that sell stickers, I mean, call it judgment. Do they know how to pack glass? Do they know how to pack? 9 out of 10 times I bought again, they do not know how to pack. They just throw it in a box. Yeah, Keith, you're right. I agree with you. Also, I am the creator of the sticker category because I saw so many handmade people making these beautiful stickers, and a lot of us were selling stickers. I asked Whatnot, I'm like, hey, Kenny, can we get stickers? There's so many great handmade people that do stickers, and they're so cool. He's like, hey, that's a good idea. Okay, and now we have a sticker category because I asked. And that was even before, that was actually before I was like a community host, actually. I think that was like maybe a year and a half into it. And then we got PWE for the sticker. But PWE only works when you're live. So someone purchased something, it's only live. Yeah. But again, people do their business their way. You may not like it, but that's what they're doing, right? We may not like it, that's what they're doing. Let them theory, right? Grizzly, I talked about PWE earlier on it. I spent a whole long time on it. So I'll say go to YouTube and watch this in a replay. It's actually being multicasted. My name is the same on all the platforms. Puffins, puffins, what's up? Yeah, only because I talked so long about it. Talked about how setting it up, what to use, and all that. Um, hey, Libby Wicks, how you doing? Wait, if you work for someone else, you're not a fan of it. That's okay. You don't have to use PWE or stickers. You can turn it off. Yeah, you can turn it off. A lot of sellers have their own merch and stickers, and they use it for that. Yeah, you are. Well, just take care of yourself, friend. Yes, I do think there should be reviews for giveaways. 100%. You want to know why? You want to know why? You want to know why? Okay, so there are people that do sponsored giveaways, and they give away like a PS5, an Xbox, a computer, a MacBook, because they do a giveaway. So they collect money on a product they're promising to give away. They go to the giveaway and it says free shit. It doesn't say what the item is. And they never send it. Or they show it on screen and say, you're going to get this, PlayStation, or you're going to get this Nintendo Switch Lite. And then they send it and they pocket the money. And the person gets it and they're like, man, my video receipt doesn't match what I got. But I have a lot more opinions about that. There are people that do it good and do it correctly. They do it great. Okay. But I have seen tons of people that I know that have won giveaways like that. It's illegal. It's fraud. It's fraud, folks. And the people have gone and reported it. Some people have gotten in trouble for that. So understand that if you want to be that kind of person that collects people's money, your days are numbered. Your days are numbered. You're not going to be able to do that all the time. I won a MacBook Pro one time on here and it was broken and I did get it. But I fixed it because I can do that stuff. Cracked and collected, though, if somebody raids and there's a giveaway running, it still picks the winner. I've seen it every time. It does pick the person. It's not a scam. Yeah, it shows it on the seller's page. I can always check because I was like, oh, that's weird. So I'm on computer. I'm on the desktop. I can go back in my browser and I could go to the show and see giveaway and it'll show sold and it'll show the giveaway. That was the last thing. Yeah. Yeah, look, people give away stuff. They might not be as descriptive about it. They're not going to answer your questions. But when someone, it's like this, if someone has on there free stuff, free 99, free shit as the title of the giveaway, don't ask them what the giveaway is. Don't even enter it. Go somewhere else. Don't expect gold when they're promising you a piece of paper or a sticker. Okay? You should only give away stuff as giveaways if you intend to fulfill it and you intend to not go broke and give away good stuff that costs, you got to pay for the giveaway 100%. So give away something that you can afford to give away. And sometimes it's good, but I used to have a rule that if I didn't sell, if I don't sell, I'm not going to give anything away. So if I sell, 10 or 20 items, I'll do a giveaway every 20 items. What's up, Michelle, my belle? How are you doing? Yeah, so people that give gift cards do $5 Starbucks gift cards. You're not required. Whatnot doesn't say you better do a giveaway or else. But a giveaway does work with the algorithm. It creates excitement. But also, you guys are all chatting in here, right? Thank you for being here today. I always make sure I say that. But understand, giveaways are optional, just like packing lists are optional, right? It's all about what you want to do. Make a goal. Go, okay, everybody, like when you start your shows, I tell people in my one-on-one this. Tomorrow I have one with Lisa. Listen, when you're going live, who's in charge? The buyer that comes in and you ask them, what do you guys want to see? What do you guys want tonight? Run a poll. Learn how to run a poll with the tools, right? If you're not curating or choosing, Yeah, I actually have a new suggestion. I'll tell you about that after. Um, Run your stuff. Stop asking people what they want. They want you. They want to see what you got, and they love those random surprises. They love that. Yeah, I want to have an option that, as a buyer, I could turn it on. It says require packing lists on all orders or not. I don't want packing lists, and then it doesn't output the packing list to be printed. I don't know how they would do that, but I think that would be really great. Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, because there's a ton of volume sellers. I don't blame them. Every time they output it costs money. But also, they have another shipping department that probably fulfills all those orders. So they have a computer right there. They can grab it, pack it up, slap the label on it. Why would they spend another, 2, 4, 6, 10 cents on your order if they don't have to? That adds up quick. So that's one of the things I was thinking about the other day. And I actually want to let Whatnot know, because I have a lot of people in my shows that love packing slips. But it would be great to be able to turn it off, because now I don't care if I get one or not, to be honest. I like when people write notes. I think you should always do a packing list if it's a brand new buyer. Every time it is. Every time you get a new buyer. Okay. Yeah, we're not going to talk about counterfeit today. I want to go back and talk about, this may seem cheap. I do stickers that tell my personality. I just upgraded to the quality of my stickers. You know what? It's okay to be the sticker plug. We have Height Normal Designs that does custom stickers. I don't have any of her stickers in front of me right now. I got some from her. Wait, I put everything, like, for one time I put everything away and I don't know where I put it. But here's the deal. If you see something, you say something. Whatnot has a report feature. You can click on their name. So I'm going to click on my own name. Wait, I probably can't click on my name. I'm going to click on Corporate Goth's name. When I pull up the profile, I'm not reporting you. It'll show like Corporate Goth, 5-star rating, 590 reviews, 2.7K sold, average ship 1 day. View profile, messages, mention in chat, allow to mod, invite to co-host, remove from show. That would never happen. Block, never happen. And the bottom says report. And then there's lots of options to report. So if it's counterfeit, write in there, hey, this is a counterfeit item, da 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 da. And they will get the report. It is 100% anonymous. Yep, it is 100% anonymous. And if you don't feel comfortable reporting on your main account, I'm sure y'all have all the accounts. But report, like, really things if someone's in danger, they need help. It's up to Whatnot to decide if an item is counterfeit. Don't go scroll in the app to look for people just to report. I mean, you should put that energy into your business. Put it into your business. But Whatnot will handle that. But again, if we see something, we say something, because we're a community, right? Illegal. The seller never states they're authentic or inspired. They don't answer those questions in the room. Yeah, what happens in someone else's room is none of my business. If it hurts the community, I make it my business. Okay, like sellers giving the wrong shipping info. I'm going to make Whatnot aware of that. I'm not going to report them. I'm going to give them the show. Yeah, natural state of high. Let me tag my girl. She might be lurking. She got a new little baby. She does custom stickers. They're really nice, actually. And she does all kinds of other cool stuff. She pivots all the time on this app. You know what? Okay, hold on. Movie poster. Come here. I want you to report me. The knowledge, I know, right? Thank you. I love movie poster. You crack me. I did a one-on-one with movie poster. I did digital Amazon cards this week, brought them and emailed myself to. Okay, so let me talk to you guys about this digital stuff. If you are a buyer on the app and people want your email address, no, don't give it to them. I heard from another friend what they did is they mailed the code, okay, and they kept a copy of the code. Or somebody had taken the code, made a copy of it, scratched it off, so they had it in case it got lost in the mail. Yeah, don't give your email address out to anyone. Don't do it. I don't care. It's your personal info. You don't know where it's going to go. You don't know all these sellers collecting it. Be mindful of that. You're going to get spam mail or make one up. Yep. Okay, we're going to be rating because I wanted to stay on before 12. Yeah. I don't do those gift cards. I send the actual gift card, but I'm actually going to take the advice of Corporate Goth by scratching the code off and taking a photo off it in case it does get lost. Because sometimes you can send them PWE. I currently have won a lot of gift cards. I probably should do something with them. You guys want to see how many gift cards I won on Whatnot? Oh, this whole thing. Thank you so much. I've won like a fair amount. Like, I've won these. I don't know, 10 or so. I gave them to my kids. Yeah. I think the best one I did win $100 Amazon one from somebody. I never ever enter those and I won it. And they sent it. Yep. Thank you for the tip. I really appreciate it. I want to hit my OBS button that shows Danny DeVito, but I can't. Yeah, I can't. Thank you. I appreciate that. You won 50? Awesome. I think it's really nice that people do send that. Yeah, I don't go to Starbucks that much, but I'll like enter it. I think I have 3 or 4 here, so I usually give it to the kids or put it in my account. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do one-on-one where I help sellers who, they love to sit in the back of these chat shows. They don't like to ask. It's too much of a distraction for them. I'll pin it if you want to bookmark it. It's 1 hour exactly. Actually, I'll run a flash on it in case anybody wants to get in on it. I do them Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday mornings. I'm in California, so it's always, 9, 10, 11 a.m. roughly, with like a 5-minute in between. But bookmark it, and you can see if that's something you want to do if you need help. Yeah, and it's video chat. So you buy it, and then I message you and say, hey, this is the opening that I have. And the first one, we always go over or under. It just depends on what you need. You can ask about marketing, all kinds of different things we could talk about. You started using Starbucks, but I give them away too. Yeah, but I've had a couple I have to check before I give them away because a couple of them have been blank. Yeah, I don't even bother. I'm just like, okay, I won't be going there giveaways anymore. Yeah. So bookmark that. You can read all about it and check it out later. I'm going to unpin off the screen because it covers up my whole screen. But I have one tomorrow morning, but I have actually 4 more of them that I have to book. Because, we're getting close to the holidays. So a lot of people are like, all right, I'm ready to do that. So I said, okay. But we do a one-on-one. You book it. And then I send you a message. We pick a time and date that works for both of us or what I have available. And it could be the same week. It could be the same day. It could be the next week. And I schedule a show. So it's us co-hosting each other, chatting about what you need help with. And I always recommend you write down your questions because an hour goes quick. Yeah. Yes, Whatnot reports the sales tax. Again, I'm not a CPA. You would have to talk to an accountant, but you will get a 1099 if you hit whatever threshold it is in your area. Yeah. Thank you for the tip. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going to see if my sister's on. We're going to actually raid my real life sister, Linda. And then I'm going to go on with my day. I'm here every Tuesday. It's Coffee Talk. We're going to talk all things Whatnot. Listen to Linda. She's a crack up. She has a lot of stuff in her Buy It Now. And she's doing her first show. And I had to tell her, boobs, I'm going to raid you in 1 minute. I told her I would raid her because I've been really trying to encourage her to have a show. So she has a ton of stuff. She does like a scan show and then she runs it. And then she has a ton of items in her Buy It Now. She has like 12 items. She has Hello Kitty, all kinds of cute stuff, priced all different prices. But she was selling on Whatnot and doing really, really well. We started roughly about the same time. I think she was like a month later than me. And we lost our mom in July. And she was like taking care of her mom. So now I'm like, come on, come back. Because she has a lot of stuff to get rid of. She has real cute stuff. So we're going to raid her. I appreciate you guys so much today. Let's see. Let's see if it recommends her as a new seller. I'm always just curious. Dude, okay, I'm taking a screenshot of this because this drives me crazy because the people that are on this recommendation list are not new sellers. They're all like Been on here forever. Thank you so much. Yeah, every Tuesday, but I'm on every day. I've been live. Shop Happy, how you doing? I've been live every single day, you guys, since June 1st, 2024. That's 527 days. Yeah, I'm doing my own thing. 527 days. So if you want to make an excuse, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not going to make an excuse. I'm going to be coming every single day on here. I love Why Not. Shop Happy, thank you for the tip. I appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm crazy. You could say that again in a good way. I really love it. Okay, let me just select her as the raid. Yeah. 527 days, you guys. Sometimes it's even 20 minutes. 20 minutes, I'll do a chat show, and then I try to keep healthy boundaries. Yeah, make it happen or make excuses. Yep. I mean, I went live through all the things. One of the worst things in my entire life. One of the worst things in my entire life. The same day I went, I was late. I was late that day because I slept 14 hours because I had been awake for like 2 days. But you know what? I'm never going to get that time back. And I was so glad that I was there with my mom. So that I'm grateful for. And you just keep going. You keep going because you can make all the excuses you want. I don't feel good. I'm too lazy. My internet sucks. I mean, that's a real one, and you have real things. But you know what? Once you actually just do it, you get in a thing called a routine. And then if you create healthy boundaries, you get into this thing, and I'm going to say it. Get ready. You hear me? Happy. You get into a habit. You get into a habit, and it becomes easy, and you actually love it. Yeah, see? I loved you when you were going like that. Okay, so the screen record is so good. We will connect. I have all three of them. We will connect. Okay, so my sister Linda's waiting. She's doing a good job. She's selling anything yet? So, like I always say, if you can tip a buck, you don't have to. But it's always like a cool way to like. This is her first show this whole year. I think she quit over a year ago. So I'm hoping we could show her some love like we do the Whatnot way. So thank you so much, you guys, for being here. I really appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow night for late night. I'm gonna do I might do scan the shelves, vintage, maybe. Oh gosh. Make it happen. Don't wait. And don't compare yourself to anyone else on this app. Because you're one of a kind. You're an original. So be that. Don't copy anybody else either. Don't call them my chat. Come on, chat. Let's go, chat. Bid it up, chat. Don't do that.